Are we live? Is this it?
Is this it?
Hello.
Did we make it live?
I think we did.
I think we made the wrong title. Somebody said it was like 9:30. Yeah, I saw that as soon as I was about to hop on here. I think we're live. I hope we're live.
I think your scheduling was wrong because what happened is Constantine's computer is on the wrong time zone.
I've been in so many time zones this year. My mind hurts.
People are saying things. They can hear us.
It's the first live one.
Yay. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Welcome, everyone who came over from Cool Quest. We just hopped off the phone with them.
Yeah, we saw Cool Quest there, too. What's up, guys?
So you should check them out. We just had a live streamy
You're live.
thing
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just pretty cool. Well, cool. Cool Quest.
Cool.
I think they were pronouncing it a different way, though.
Cool?
Cool. Yeah. I think
know.
Cool Quest. I mean, it's a cool Quest. I'm not going to go into that tangent. So yeah, first live stream. Really don't know what to do here. We're just going to end up talking, I guess, and answering questions. And Jay says hi, and I'll say hi.
There are two people named Jay in the chat. Carlson says, hey, hey.
This Jay, I was scared he was going to be here. The Jay with just the J. Man, with lots of questions, not too many dumb jokes. I appreciate the dumb jokes, though. I really do appreciate that. I'm being sarcastic when I poke fun at you, Jay. Yeah. Have you read it? You've read a lot of his comments.
I'm sure I have. I mean, I'm sure. Oh, how's Mickey Mouse? Oh, no.
Hey there, hold there.
Well, as you can see, the love has
What's
not
up,
stopped.
Paul?
This is his favorite mug, and it can't go in the dishwasher, so he washes it by hand every morning.
It's so beautiful. I love it. Mickey
Hi,
Mouse.
Paul from Wisconsin.
Yeah, what's up? Lungs too. How's Mickey Mouse been? I absolutely love that.
Mickey Mouse is banned from our house. That's how Mickey Mouse has been.
I really don't use Mickey Mouse.
You should have worn your Mickey Mouse sweater.
I don't have a Mickey Mouse sweater.
Yes, you do.
Lies.
He bought one.
Absolute lies.
At Winners on our way back, and he wore it the entire drive.
No, definitely not. 100% not. I actually do want that jacket because it's actually quite cold in this house. So yeah, this Southern boy is up in Canada.
It's dark.
It's dark out, but there is like 3 to 4 feet of snow out behind us, and it is bonkers. I'm not used to this.
We've had the snowpocalypse here. I mean, it's more snow than usual, but he's not used to any amount of snow. We got like 3 inches, and he was like, "It's a powder day."
Unicorn sweater. That's what I've seen.
Oh, you're Santa riding a unicorn with a lightsaber sweater?
I don't know where that is.
It's right over there.
Do you see it?
Yeah, it was hanging on the coat rack, and it fell down.
1 second. Magpie, I leave this to you. This is the greatest live podcast, not podcast.
Live podcast.
Live thing out there. I'm going to just leave completely out of the frame.
Maybe I should embrace being Minnie Mouse. Very Frisk 68. What's that in Canadian?
That's so rude. That's like...
Oh, in Toronto.
68 degrees.
I don't know what that is. Tampa. It's Tampa. Of course, it's not 68 Fahrenheit in Toronto. Even I know that.
It's Florida?
Yeah. That's
not fair. I want to go to Florida. We can go do the Florida Trail.
No. Count me out.
You think they can hear while I'm talking?
I don't know. Your microphone's not very good.
There's probably wood chips and everything on this.
Probably.
All right, we're back.
Voila. It's Santa riding a unicorn wielding a lightsaber sweater that he wears probably most days.
Absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It is a work of art.
You've inspired down here to
statewide trail for Louisiana.
Ooh, we gotta hike that.
Definitely. I would do that before I would do the Florida Trail. Sorry, Florida.
Where do you go in Louisiana? From where to where? 60 here in Tucson. Oh, I want to go to the desert.
I mean, we've got 60 centimeters of snow though, so.
Yeah. I want to know the Louisiana. Where would you go to? You could probably connect it into the Natchez. You could connect it into the Natchez. But I don't know if that would be the state length. That would be the state width.
Okay, 20 Celsius. Nice. Yeah,
You want to go hike in Louisiana?
I mean...
Well, let's go down to Arizona with Jay. Can you do fish fries in Tucson, Jay? Weren't you doing fish fries earlier this year?
What?
New Orleans to North Louisiana. That could be interesting.
Soggy. It sounds soggy.
I'm assuming... No, I don't think it's... Well, there's bayous. Bayous, I think. Bayous. Through... Wow.
Atchafalaya Basin.
Don't even know what that word is. I love it. Don't know what the word is, though.
-12 in Chicago. Yes, Chicago. You know what winter is.
Thank you for being in the same pain with us. I appreciate that. -12. Oh,
Celsius. -12 Celsius. That's what it was today.
Hike it this time of the year. I know. I keep trying to tell Magpie we need to leave this, what should be a legal type of weather to be this cold. We should go somewhere warmer. Oh, yeah, she did. Hey there. Hold there. Want a donut?
No, I don't want a donut.
I kind of do. We actually had...
Well, you ate the donuts yesterday.
Hey,
You
my
should have saved them
pleasure.
for the live stream.
Yeah. Throwback. So we actually had our first donuts in about a month. We haven't been consuming donuts like
He's
we
been
did on
consuming
trail.
cookies.
We don't have to tell them that. It's not live or anything.
Michigan, 14 degrees. So that's pretty chilly. That's negative 20.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. That's cold.
yeah, that's too cold. I don't want that either. It was literally my. I don't think you can cuss on.
You can cuss on whatever you want. It's not monetized. It's a live stream.
But how does live stream do that? Will they just boot you out?
I don't know.
My buttocks was frozen to the lift earlier, not today, yesterday, a week ago.
A week ago.
We were on the lift today up
It was
on
like
the
negative
mountain,
30
but it
Celsius,
wasn't.
which I think is the same in Fahrenheit. It was too cold. We did
Yeah.
2 laps skiing, and then we were like, nah.
I got some miles in the other day too, and the only part of my skin that was showing was my eyes. And literally, by the time I got back to the house, my eyelids were frozen. Nuts. I don't know. Should we just keep chatting, or should we start rolling into questions?
Yeah. So this is the live Q&A. I don't know because of the timer snafu how many Hiking America fans we have here, but we're here to answer your questions
We got a
from
few
the
people
NCT.
up there.
Y'all are fine to say what you want.
I love y'all. Thanks for helping us through this transition for the first live Q&A. Yeah, I don't think I'm meant for live. I think she is, but she's more kind of formatted for this type of format. Doesn't even make sense. I think she's more collected as a person. I think I just start going off on tangents.
I work retail, so that means I'm constantly doing short form improv.
No censorship in this live chat.
What part of the country are we planning to hike this year?
Desert.
We want to go to the desert.
We want to go someplace dry. Someplace dry and someplace warm.
And someplace with good trails.
And someplace with other hikers. We missed other hikers a lot. Oh, we're going to get to those in a second. But we missed a lot of hikers this year on the NCT.
And
pretty much
like
the past
2
2
years, we've been hiking these lesser known trails that are like, I don't know, not very well populated and honestly kind of rough in places. And so we're both looking forward to getting back to, hey, please stop distracting me.
Just keep talking. Ready?
We're both looking forward to getting back to trails
it could have
that
worked.
other hikers hike on that have just like that are easy and enjoyable and don't require as much type 2 fun. A little more type 1 fun in my life would be great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just being able to spend time with the community. Like the community around the NCT is awesome. You got the community of trail angels, you got the community of people being aware about it, but it's not being able to necessarily hike with others, and that's where we find our joy. So
yeah, we're really looking forward to doing trail magic this year too. We're going to be hitting a bunch of like small trails and going out of our way to like meet up with friends and do trail magic for like newbie hikers, which are always so cute. They still have life in their eyes.
And what matters? What you say we don't have life in our eyes anymore?
I mean, I'm a little dead behind the eyes, like a shark.
You need a donut.
I don't.
Or you need Mickey Mouse in your life. And Magpie's also very much looking forward to going out west again and seeing more cows. Shout out Cool Quest.
You and your cows.
She's definitely stoked to go see more cows. She tells me every day she says, we need more cows in our life. And I'm like, yes, Magpie, we do. And I agree with her. And I say, let's go out west to go get more cows. All right,
that's enough out of you. Let's get to Lungs' question. We're falling behind here. Okay, so what was your base weight for NCT? So
no idea.
He doesn't know. I think his base weight was about 11.5 pounds, and I think it was about the same as mine.
With or without cheese?
Yeah, well, it's not base weight; it's consumable.
That's true. With or without rocks?
Yeah, the amount of rocks that he puts in his pack because he's like, oh, it's pretty. So I have no idea how many of those added up to. But when I split our gear, I think it added up to 11.5 pounds each. But truthfully, I don't really weigh everything anymore. I just put things in my pack and then I'm like, oh, that's too heavy.
I don't know. I would say close to 10 pounds. Honestly, I would say close to 10 pounds. I don't know exactly. I mean,
well, it was a little heavier because we had the double size stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know the exact answer to that.
It wasn't different than my normal base weight, and it's right around 11. So
okay.
Next question. Marriage? Question mark. Too personal? Question mark.
Huh? No. Funny enough, Magpie can tell you a story that. You want to tell them the story about the end of the NCT?
The end of the NCT, right. So, well, I went through and organized his pack as a gift for him, but mostly just for me because I was too tired of watching him like shuffle through everything just just to find like one thing. So I organized this pack and I found a wrapped ring size box in there.
We called
in
her
New York.
We called her Snoopy.
I was not snooping. I was
Snoopy.
organizing.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, yeah. So then we were talking about it, and he's like, "Well, you know, joking around about how you definitely weren't going to propose at the end of the NCT." And then I think 2-3 weeks before, I was like, "Oh, we haven't really lived together yet. I don't know. I like still definitely want to do it, but it just feels like a lot of pressure at the end of the NCT to like make this big commitment."
She got cold feet even before we.
Well, okay, I'm being
engaged.
practical, right? We hadn't lived together for any extended period of time, and I just felt stressed out about it. I just didn't want to have this. It made me nervous.
So to answer that question,
then 2 miles before the end of the NCT, I was getting all sentimental. I'm like, oh, I wish I hadn't told you not to propose. This would be a really cute time to propose.
And I told her
we're like semi, kind of, not really, sort of engaged. But
I told
we're
her
engaged to be engaged, as my friend Kelly said.
I told her at that point, I'm like, it's too late. You made your decision here. We're gonna have my feelings were too hurt, so we were gonna.
Your feelings weren't too hurt. You're like, it's too late. I was planning something that I can't coordinate now.
Yeah, like I don't know. I put a lot of weight on. And this is my own baggage. I put a lot of weight on what a proposal is. Like, I want it to be a big surprise. I want it to be a big event. And trying to do it spontaneously, just all of a sudden, like, even though it's awesome at the Western Terminus, when she had been going back and forth for a while, didn't really feel right or make sense. So, eventually.
Yeah, of the 11 National Scenic Trails, what is your next one to hit?
We should probably say who asked the question.
Oh, yeah,
too.
Brian says, of the 11 National Scenic Trails, what's your next one to hit? None. You're done.
Oh, wait, of the 11 national.
Yeah, he's done all National Scenic Trails.
Oh, yeah. If you're asking about all 11 National Scenic Trails, I'm done. If you're talking about just like trails in general,
we already talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. I don't know what that question specifically is. Maybe he's asking you.
Oh, I don't know. Jeez, I don't care about doing all 11 National Scenic Trails, honestly. I just want to do trails that are interesting.
She really wants to do the Natchez Trail.
Yeah, you really made it seem appealing.
I told her if she does the Florida Trail, I will support her on the Florida Trail. And every time like she gets close to the car,
he's just gonna drive away while eating pizza and just wave with his mouth full. I'm like, this is trail support, right?
I would tell him like, hey, if you get to this campground by like 5:30, I'll be there with a full pizza. I'll be there with whatever you want.
And he'll just pick a target that's like slightly too far for me to possibly make it. And then as I'm running towards the car, he'll like look and be like, it's 5:31. Bye.
Bye, baby. That'll be fun.
And then you wonder why I don't want to marry you.
Oh, so bad.
Okay, Cool Quest says, what's your favorite trail shoe? Honestly, the Ultra 5s are excellent. I was not super impressed with the Ultra 4.5s, but the 5s have been a major upgrade in terms of durability, and the traction on them is a little bit better as well. So I was like, I think we were both ready to give up on Ultras after the 4.5s, but the 5s, they're awesome. They really kick ass. Whatever they changed, like it worked.
They upped their game again. Ultra from 2.5 to Ultra, from the 2.5 model to Ultra 4.5s was kind of hit or miss sometimes. The 3.5s were.
I didn't like those.
Okay, the 4s were just.
The 4s were trash. 4.5s I didn't love.
4.5s didn't love, but the 5s were.
The 5s are great.
I really still just want to move away from Ultra because I feel like a basic. I can't cuss on here. I feel like a basic B. Just doing Ultra shoes all the time because that's what every other hiker does. But that's my own.
I feel like every other hiker uses them because they're really good.
That's my own internal crunchy hippiness trying to fight
You're
back.
You're just trying to be a hipster.
I'm wearing a collared shirt.
And a Santa sweater, ironically.
And I'm wearing a beanie. I never wore beanies before. Well,
he's
NCT.
Just cold.
I never wore beanies before being in Canada because it's just always so cold. I miss my hats. I liked hats better.
Okay.
That wasn't even a question that if I liked hats better, but I do.
NCT lonely? I think we kind of touched on that already. Yes, it was, Josh. NCT was very lonely.
I don't know. It was really good having each other. But it was lonely in the sense of quote unquote hiking community. There wasn't other hikers out there. We ran into Apple Pie. God bless her. She's still on
I can't believe
trail.
She's still on the trail.
Oh,
she's
if anybody knows her, yeah, she's a badass woman that's stepping off the miles like through
in the
winter.
Snow.
So
in Michigan.
We met her, met
Steady,
lost Larry, met Steady. That's about it. But they were all going the opposite way, so we would have like
we'd talk to them for like 20 minutes, and then we'd both be like, "Well, I guess we better go."
So it was sad. There weren't really sometimes even day hikers in some areas, so it was just like
no,
it was
really
just
not
us.
at all.
Yeah.
I scrolled past some.
You scrolled too fast.
Sorry.
Somebody said, "Cool, let's get it. Let's get it."
Let's get it. How would you rate the Michigan section of the NCT between Croton Dam and Copper Peak? I don't know where that is.
Nathaniel Cobb, if you're still listening, what chapter is that, or what section is that? If you could tell us,
I remember where Copper Peak is because that was that little tiny like one ski hill, but I don't remember.
Where was Croton? It might have been a trail town we didn't go into. You might be referencing a trail town that we didn't really look into at all.
I don't remember what this trail section is, even if I knew where it was.
Copper Peak was before Ironwood.
Oh, that was pretty good then.
I don't know where Croton is. I don't know what you're measuring from. I know where Copper Peak is now that she helped me remember. But
I don't remember what the trail was like at all.
Yeah, I don't know Croton. Let's see if you said
I have
something.
a vague memory of trees.
Wait, did you read that or is that what you're saying?
No, that's what I just said.
Okay, Craig asked again, speaking of trail community, how does someone create one?
Like the more popular ones. I mean, you just have to have more people.
Yeah.
I mean, what helps create a trail community is, one, you need lots of hikers. You need a defined weather window so that those hikers end up overlapping with each other. Mm-hmm. And you need, not a lot, but at least some services so you need something like Pie Town on the CDT where it's like a small town hostel resupply stop that everybody has to go to. Can you stop distracting me with the Mickey Mouse?
Keep going, please. Sorry.
So you need a small sort of, I guess, bottleneck of hikers so that people have to meet each other, develop relationships, and keep hiking. But I mean, there's no way that you can really create that. All you can do is encourage people to hike the trail, get the word out among the local communities that hikers are coming through and sort of create a vibe in town that's hiker friendly. And then it's just time. Oh, I guess the other thing that you definitely need in order to create a trail community, this is one thing you can do: good maps and good town data. Yeah. That definitely helps. If it's very easy to get information on the trail, then more people will hike it.
And honestly, the NCTA is never not the NCTA. The NCT, the North Country Trail, is never going to be the same trail community as the Appalachian or the Pacific Crest.
It's too long.
Just because of its length. It already filters out probably a lot of people that want to do a through hike because of its length. So it's growing in the sense of more hikers are doing it, but it's still so long and still spread out. It doesn't have these boxing points.
Yeah, it doesn't have any bottleneck points where you would meet other hikers and there's a bubble.
It's hard. Truthfully, it's hard. The NCTA, that's why I said that instead of NCT, is doing a very good job of making the trail accessible to a lot of people. But as for through hiker culture, you just sometimes are going to probably have to accept on lesser known trails that no matter what you do, there's not going to be that big culture that you find on other trails. Arizona Trail is actually transitioning a little bit, and we talked about that on Cool Quest.
I think I actually prefer those trails that have like 150 to 200 hikers a year on them. Damn. Okay, they're telling us where Croton is.
Croton is Lower Peninsula.
Basically the start of the Manistee National Forest.
Croton Dam. Oh, I do remember where it is now. We walked the road. We walked by like some barbecue joint, and then we were at Croton Dam.
Yes.
And then we were literally at the start of the
And then it was the Manistee.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was the best section of Michigan.
Easy to answer that. Awesome.
Yeah. What was I talking about?
It was building the trail
preferring
community.
Trails that are like in that 150 to 200 hiker a year, because it's not crowded, but there's enough people that you meet people.
Yeah. So like
the PNT and the Arizona Trail are both in that sort of good vibe area right now. And it's nice because the Arizona Trail has 2 seasons. So I find personally that I don't super enjoy really crowded trails like the PCT. But that's just because I'm a grump.
Big grumpy. I was editing footage the other day, and I was going through like when we were in New York, and Magpie was super hungry, and I like made some comment to the camera. I'm like, don't poke fun at Magpie when she's hungry. She'll kill you. She'll
not kill you.
And it was amazing. I had a great time.
Previously wound.
Yes. So John Kurths asks, after getting into towns for 0 days, what was your best meal food to go after?
Do you want the ideal answer or do you want the honest answer?
Honest answer is not great.
The honest answer is we ordered Domino's like 80% of the time.
If we would have had a Domino's membership before
we would have
started
had
the
like
trail,
4 free pizzas if we had signed up for the rewards thing, because we ordered Domino's, I'm not kidding you, like 45 times.
we would have saved at least $100. At least $100. So biggest thing out of this entire live Q&A, if we do something, let's do this right. Get a Domino's membership before you go through.
Also, sign up for all the hotel rewards points that you can. We should have done that because it would have saved us actually a lot of money. Because we would have gotten free nights all the time.
Go Domino's. That's very hard.
Domino's and Days Inn. Get those memberships.
Yeah, because you're going through the Midwest.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was always contingent on the town too.
But like the best in terms of like the most memorable or enjoyable was always like a local spot. Like the best food that I can remember that we got was those tacos in Grand Marais, Minnesota.
Oh, so good.
They were so good.
We were also, when we started the North Country Trail, we were also still in that very kind of interesting time with what the country was doing with the vids. So
COVID. He means COVID.
So a lot of the time we were still in that type of mentality for hiking, is we would get to a town and we would have to work at the motel. We would have to go resupply. We'd have to like do life necessities. So a lot of the time it was just shoving pizza and cookies and whatever
donuts.
Have you.
Walmart donuts.
Nobody eats donuts here, Magpie.
Nobody eats donuts.
Let's not talk about this. So it was just shoving food into our face. There's no go-to, just good calories. And
well, it was like pizza. Whatever would deliver, because with the NCT, it was whatever would deliver to the motel by the highway, because we were always really far away from downtown just because of how these Midwestern towns are laid out. So
yeah, Domino's was it.
Marriage
is a poor contract.
I agree with you, honestly.
How do you cope going to bed? Oh, I think we
touched on this in the last video.
But we can touch on it again. Like I said in the last video, I have bathroom problems at nighttime, and the trail makes me have even more.
What?
Oh, you didn't like the joke. It was a joke.
No, I just got distracted.
She didn't even listen to me.
No.
I was making a joke about...
This is how our relationships are.
I was making a joke about peeing in the sleeping bag.
Oh, that's not very nice.
No.
That's rude. You shouldn't do that.
That's how it gets soaked.
Don't like that.
Honestly, to answer that question, you just sleep.
Yeah.
You're not going to be comfortable. You're on a through hike. You're not going to be super comfortable all the time, and you just have to accept that. Some nights are harder than others, depending how wet and depending how cold. You share
but our sleeping bag, like we said in the last video, was like never truly soaked. It was always just a bit damp from condensation. So
yeah. You share body heat, and you just try to go to sleep.
Deal with it.
And also, if you do more miles, you're going to be kind of tuckered out at the end of the day. Like by the time we got to camp, we set up camp, we shoveled food into our mouth,
and then we passed out.
Within the next 10 minutes, I mean, we were probably asleep. So
yeah.
It's also depending what type of hiking you're doing. If you get to camp at 5 and you have a wet sleeping bag, you're going to notice it a lot more.
I'm just scrolling down someone's Domino's laugh cry.
I love that.
Love it.
Yeah, we're trying to keep.
Let's try to keep up.
We're trying to keep up.
Okay.
I love it. Here we go, Jay. I love you, man. I appreciate the question.
Do you know how the name Big Agnes came about? What do you think of the tent, including consideration of price?
I know what you did there with that first question, and I know what you're expecting as an answer. And yes, I agree. That is how the name Big Agnes started. Yeah, many answers to that question.
What do we think of the tent, including the price?
She's trying to get me off the topic so I don't say what she knows I want to say.
Yeah, and I also like talking about gear. So the tent that we got was great. Ohio killed it. It got moldy and mildewy, and it was so humid that we couldn't dry it out. So unfortunately, we did not get our money's worth out of this tent. That said, it's a Big Agnes Tiger Wall UL2.
UL2.
I
could get the UL3.
You could get the UL3. It's a bit heavier. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. I had my heart set on another tent that was not available. And I was like, oh, this is a consolation tent, but it's fine. It's better than no tent. Turns out it's a very good tent. It has a built-in gear loft. It has the right size footprint so that it's like not overly large so that you're carrying a lot of extra weight for a ton of space that you don't use, but it's not like teeny tiny either that you feel like you're crammed in with your partner. I really liked it. And the way that it sets up is really quick too. The semi-freestanding design is ideal, I think. And it vented really well. And if we had taken proper care of it, not let it get moldy, it would have stood up for the whole thing. So I think it's worth the money. I mean, it's really kind of a mid-range price anyway.
It vented well. What are you trying to say?
+1 on the UL2, someone said. Oh, vented well, yeah, because of your tent farts.
Yeah. Magpie was farting all the time in that tent. It was absolutely terrible.
It was someone who didn't filter his water.
She said I had different smells when I don't filter my water.
No, you can tell when you haven't filtered your water because it is rancid.
There's been multiple nights in that tent she's wanted.
There have been multiple nights in that tent that I was like, if you fart again, you have to leave.
Oh,
and go sleep
but we shared the tent. So who gets to stay in the tent and who gets to go outside?
You're the one who screwed it up.
I'm not the one farting.
Okay.
I would consider sleeping in a tent for 4 months. I do too. That's what my concept was. Midlife Travel said I would consider sleeping in a tent for 4+ months living together.
I mean, it is, but it's not the same as like being at home.
And also, countries don't recognize that. We've tried that with the USA-Canadian border.
Common law, apparently.
We could have been common law like a year ago.
Except that we haven't had a fixed address for that time.
Yeah, but a tent doesn't count in
You
government.
can't send mail to a tent to prove that you live together.
Yeah, and government eyes doesn't match. You need to come back to Minnesota and go hike. I know.
Yeah, we're definitely interested in doing that.
Paul, we do want to hike Isle Royale. Definitely. Bro and sis. Jerry Rogers says, bro and sis. Miss that fine pine bench on the Florida Trail.
If you come back to Florida Trail, we got you covered, Jerry and Kelly.
Oh, did I sniff a couple benches on the Florida Trail?
You did. That's where it started.
No, it didn't start on the Florida Trail. It started on the Ice Age Trail.
Oh, like so many things in your life, it started on the Ice Age Trail.
The Ice Age Trail really was impetus for a lot of change. It really fucked you up. Well, let's not say that.
Well,
it did change me a lot, actually.
Yeah. It made you weirder. It was where all this began.
It is where actually a lot of weirdness began. Beautiful. We got to go back to Ice Age Show. I like that.
Josh, which state along the NCT would you consider the best, and why did you pick Michigan?
Michigan was the best for the people.
Michigan is kind of the best. Yeah, it's the best for the people.
Yeah.
It's a good state.
I would say North Dakota or Minnesota.
Oh, what did you do?
Don't know what I did.
It went all weird.
I would say
you did something with the computer, guys. There we go. This will make some good content for the next show. Yes, I agree.
Wait, what'd you just read?
The Cool Quest is like, this will make good content.
North Dakota or Minnesota. Again, I don't know if that was from us just ready to get towards the end of the trail, or that was because we actually really love those states. I love North Dakota. I've been looking forward to North Dakota for the entirety of the hike. One, because it was the last state, but mostly because of the nothingness. She's a prairie girl. She knows the prairies. This was my first time walking through the prairies, kind of.
The prairies are beautiful.
Prairies are beautiful, like really beautiful. Like
prairies are underrated.
Yeah, when you night hike and you just have all those stars and you just get to think the entire time, really, really awesome.
The stars in the prairies are something else.
The stars at night shine so bright.
My non-hiking family and friends always ask me why. Why hiking? Any good answers for them? Says Craig.
Craig, my man.
I mean,
don't know.
Part of my answer is why not?
That's just mean. That's provoking.
No, it's not. I mean, like, we've got the climate apocalypse on our hands.
Oh, God.
Life is short. We like being in the woods. Why not be in the woods more? Right? Enjoy nature while we got nature. We've got, 10 years to avert the worst catastrophe of climate change. I am completely nihilistic that we're going to do that. So I would rather be away from people where I don't have to pretend that everything's fine.
Yeah.
And I also like being out there.
And why hiking, if you guys have watched us and also read our stuff.
Sorry, that got dark.
Yeah, it's like I could go into philosophy there, but when I talk, I tend to just do jokes to hide my emotions. That's what Magpie says, at least.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You get to walk places. Slowly.
You get to walk places. And I mean, it's like a walking meditation, right? Like it's this very simple goal that's still challenging. It's not easy, but it's simple. And it lets you simplify your life, spend time with yourself, clarify what your priorities are. And, and it's fun, honestly.
I don't know. There's deeper reasons to it. If you want those deeper reasons, you guys can listen to the podcast that we just made, because that's where we talk more about philosophy. I don't know. It's always a change in reason. Each day it changes. So I guess that's a reason in itself too, is like the reason's never the same. It's always different. So like if I'm choosing a hike for a week here, that's different than if I'm choosing a hike for a month here. And it's also different on the trail. It's different who I'm hiking with. There's a lot of flavor. All
right. They're telling us where Croton is.
Yeah.
Just Shane says, how tall are you, Constantine?
5'10".
That's his answer. He's 5'8".
Whoa, that is not true. I've been to the doctor and they told me 5'10".
Okay.
Magpie.
I'm 5'10" and you're shorter than me.
We're the same height.
We're very close to the same height.
We're the same height.
We're very close to the same height.
This is not true. There's many
but
days.
I'm taller.
For some reason, she has this thought in her head, but there's many days we measure against each other. Not many days.
There's one time that we measured against each other, and he was taller because he was wearing shoes.
This is not true. It's 5'10". I'm the same. We're the same height.
We're not the same
and
height.
she sees this all the time.
We're not the same height.
And then she's stuck on this fact of like just poking fun. It's become a joke, and now it's her fun.
Okay.
So 5'10".
Yeah, all right.
On a great day.
He's 5'10" on a good day.
I will.
He's 5'10" in shoes.
No, I will acquiesce that
Thick
mostly probably 5'9", but on a good day 5'10". I will acquiesce 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
I can't go below that because then my entire world will shatter.
Also, my legs are like 5 inches longer than his. It's very funny.
That's not right.
It's true though. When we stand up, my hips are at his belly button, and yet he's only like 2 inches shorter than me.
It is true.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like. I'm aspiring to section hike the NCT. This is David Schmood. I've already camped at several campsites in the past. Thank you for helping me recon a few others. Oh, you're welcome. Dominoes. Then Chris Pratt. Actor?
Piat, not Pratt. You can't read.
Yeah.
Chris Piat. Did you find the AZT water horribleness is kind of played up? I mean, some were pretty bad, but I found them surprisingly decent, except the one that tasted like ants.
I love desert water. Yeah,
except for the bee water. We had one that tasted like bees, and that was
bad.
There's
one that was really bad.
That's the worst thing I've ever voluntarily put in my mouth. It was. I phrased it like that on purpose.
Why?
This is a PG channel.
Oh, you know how much it hurts me to hold back jokes?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, the AZT, I mean, cow water, right? Like it is what it is. It has a taste. You just get used to it. This channel needs more Magpie optimists. Oh wait, hold on. There's some height commentary. That's Joe Rogan's short. Constantine.
Guys, I'm 5'9" or 5'10". Now you're just having fun.
They're not the same height.
We are this. Oh, he did meet us. We are the same height. I might have been having a bad day, Nick. Okay, we got thrown by this tangent down here. We were reading questions. Might have been having a bad day. I think we're the same height.
It's because we were both wearing shoes that we weren't the same height. When I'm not wearing shoes and he is, then we're the same height.
We're the same height.
Okay.
Let's go back.
Come on. Trying to get away from this chatter.
We're gonna go back to it anyway.
All
We're gonna
right.
find it again. So yeah, for the AZT, to answer you, Chris, the water source is definitely water played.
People just are dramatic if they've never hiked before. They're like, ew, there's cow shit in the water. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, there's cow shit in the water in the desert. Like, welcome to the desert.
And it's also how you do your miles. So like, if you go out there and do 10 miles a day or 20 miles a day, your water is going to be extremely harder than if you're able 30, to do 30 or 40.
Then you can be picky.
You can be picky with your water sources. So it's always contingent on what you're doing. So for somebody, yeah, it probably is terrible because they only get one water source a day.
And they're stuck with it if it's terrible.
But for us,
if we're hitting 3 water sources a day, we'd just be like, well, that one's gross. No, thank you.
So it's choice. I always love desert sources. I find really good springs in the desert too.
Yeah.
Brian was talking about when we talked about the free nights.
Depending on the chain, you can get tons of free drinks and food as well as free stays. Yes, we should have signed up for Wyndham Rewards.
Craig Richardson asked, why living in BC? What kind of job does Magpie have to travel to? I ask this question every day. It's this cold outside. So part of living in BC is because I actually own this house. So I could rent it out, but I mean, we've got roots here. We don't have to pay rent. The other thing is I work in Whistler, which is a very famous ski resort, about 3 hours north of Vancouver. I work for a backcountry ski and outdoor store. The tagline is serious outdoor stuff, which I enjoy quite a bit. And honestly, it's one of the best jobs I've ever had. I've always had really terrible, shitty gig work or just terrible, dehumanizing minimum wage jobs. And this is the first job that I've had that I've been able to progress in the company and get treated like a human, get treated like a responsible adult who can be trusted with things. And I really enjoy my job. I'm a boot fitter, which means that I spend a lot of time helping people get the equipment that works best for them, not selling them shit that they don't need. And I love living here. I mean, I love skiing. I love that I get to be in the outdoors every single day and get to be surrounded by people who are also enthusiastic about the outdoors. And we live in a beautiful place. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful mountain ranges in the world. Not that I'm biased. It's beautiful.
But I mean, I just like it here and I like my job. And I like that I can go to work, do my job really well, and then come home and not have to think about my job anymore.
Yeah, we've talked about it quite a few times though, because it's my first time living in BC, and both of us want to do a lot of travel things. So possibly next year, well, if we're doing the Taylor Aurora, we won't be here during the wintertime. But since both of us can have the opportunity and avenue to work wherever we are and continue to travel, we've had a lot of conversations about it. We haven't really fully
We're trying to figure out what our plan is.
Yeah, fully settled on it yet. So
Chris Piat also likes the Tiger Wall.
Tiger Wall's sweet.
It is sweet. You guys know anything about the X-Mid tent? Good question, Josh. I do a little bit. I haven't really researched it. I don't really like pyramid-style tents, if that's the one that you're talking about.
There are a lot of X-Mid terms. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of X-Mid stuff.
This will make some good content for the next show.
Yes, it will.
What will?
Us arguing about cows, I think. We're quite behind the chat now.
I think we're catching up.
Happy to hear you like your job.
I think we're catching up.
Here we go.
Yeah, so if people want to keep asking questions, we are starting to catch up to the actual live part of it. Craig asks, anybody reach out to either one of you for a book or a movie? We're not that important, man.
Yeah, no, we're not that famous. We're both sort of half-ass working on books.
And technically a movie too. So a lot in the outdoor world, you got to produce your own stuff. Again, I don't know. I could go deep into this, but in the outdoor world, it's like there's an initial flare of like excitement or whatever it is, or attention. I guess that's more broad than just the outdoor world. In the world in general, let's go into philosophy here. This is what we're here for.
When you slap your hands on the table, it makes the camera vibrate.
Yeah, it does. Attention spans, not super great for humanity. I'm guilty of this. She's guilty of this. Everybody's guilty of this. So holding attention is very hard. So a lot of the time you have to self-produce, unless you have ties into that Hollywood world or producing world. So long way to say no. No.
He's working on doing like a long form thing about the NCT that's a little bit more polished than the raw footage, but no, so far no one interested. I mean, I honestly don't know if it would make that good of a movie.
No, I don't think it would.
I mean, it would have to be some kind of like Sundance Film Festival or like TIFF feature. Like if you've ever seen the movie Meek's Cut Off, I highly recommend it if you're a pretentious snob like me and enjoy boring movies where nothing happens. Which, I mean, I love boring movies where nothing happens. And there's an excellent one called Meek's Cut Off that you should watch if you have 3 hours and you want to take a nap, about people walking across Oregon with covered wagons and not speaking to each other. It would be that kind of a movie, which honestly I've thought about making a thru-hiking movie like that, but the director's too famous and everyone would know that I ripped him off.
It wouldn't be that interesting of a movie. It would be her eye rolling her eyes at me the entire time. And then also
it would just be a lot of long crunching gravel shots. The Foley artist would have a great time with it.
We could dramatically frame shots. So I would always be walking close to a cliff, and then Magpie would just be there scheming, like thinking, oh, can I push him off this cliff yet?
There aren't any cliffs.
There aren't many cliffs in it on the NCT. There were a good amount. I don't know.
There were more than I would have expected.
Long answer, no. I got lost.
Ice Age Trail will mess you up. I'm proof of it, says Craig.
Craig, yes. The Ice Age Trail will mess you up. Again, I don't think bad. I think beautifully it messed me up. I'm just a messy person.
Josh says
surprisingly, I'm not a messy person in the sense of life. I'm a messy person up here.
I'm a messy person in the sense of
she's a physically messy person. I'm a messy person up here.
But you're no. Okay, here's the thing. I'm messy, but when I put things away, they're away. He's neat until you open a drawer.
I shove shit.
And then it's just yeah. And then I'm like, I can't find my shirt. Oh, he put it in the pants drawer. Yeah. But he cleaned.
I will shove shit away. We have
as long as he can't see it, it's clean. Whereas I'm like, well, it's messy until I do it all properly one time.
We have a small place, so we don't have enough room for. I don't know how we accumulate so much crap.
We do have enough room for everything to get put away.
That's a lie. We do not. There's just cubbies of crap everywhere. You just gotta shove stuff and hope for the best. Life motto: A+.
I disagree. I lived in a van. I am really good at finding space for things to be organized.
We lost somebody watching when I said the life's motto. Y'all knew what you were getting into here.
Josh says, yay for nihilism. I agree. I'm wearing a plain black hoodie. Of course I agree.
Don't know what that fancy word is.
Nihilism?
Yeah.
I'll explain Nietzsche to you later.
Okay. For me, the principles around it are
So
not
this was
shown.
the why hiking question.
Okay. Back to Jay. A while back, you mentioned that you paired up with some animal who hiked the AZT in 15 days. Average 51 miles. Oh, what are you planning with him? And would you try for some kind of speed record? So Jay, I think you're referencing to the animal, the hiking tiger himself.
Legend.
We partnered with him in more of a professional capacity, with 11 Skies and who he was, and we've also partnered with him more in, I guess, an unprofessional capacity of where I don't know when this is going to get released, but we did a co-host show on the Off Trail podcast. I don't know. It's in the hiking world. Again, this is going to come into play. Everybody kind of knows everybody to a certain degree, especially people that are involved within it for year after year after year, especially when you're involved as a hardcore hiker year after year after year. So we're partnering with him professionally, but also unprofessionally, if that makes sense. I don't know if him and I would actually try to do a speed record.
You haven't even had a beer.
No, I'm drinking Mickey Mouse coffee.
It's like bean water. We should go. We'll talk about bean water later. Continue.
We could talk about bean water. I don't think him and I, he would actually dust me. To be all completely honest, like his pain threshold and his, I don't know. I think I can suffer. So maybe my pain threshold might be the same.
But he does have longer legs.
He does have
He's
longer
actually
legs.
A tall guy.
He is a tall guy. His endurance threshold, I think, is actually higher. I've never pushed myself to 100 miles or 250. I think he would crush on a speed record, and I would lay weeping on the side of the trail somewhere. So, no.
All right. Now they're teasing you about Joe Rogan, so we've caught up almost with the chat. We can almost see what you're saying in real time.
Yeah, we're back to like the 5'8" things. Your 5'8" would live with it. Jay.
See? Lungs, would you ever yo-yo the Ice Age Trail? Why or why not?
I would, personally. Too many trails right now to go after. Like, if I went out to the Ice Age Trail and had time to go back, I probably would. I like the Ice Age Trail.
I think I probably wouldn't, not because I have anything against the Ice Age Trail, but just because there's too much on my to-do list, and I'm about to turn 30, and it's making me think about my mortality.
She's so old.
I know, I'm ancient.
She's so old.
Drying up into a shriveled husk.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh just asked, what are we drinking tonight? I have a beer that I took from work. It's local-ish, Fernie Brewing Company, Hit That Deck Hazy IPA, and I'm about to get up and go get a Steamworks out of the fridge.
While she does that, I'll tell you, I am drinking Mickey Mouse coffee.
He's drinking bean water.
She calls it bean water, so
what he does...
we'll go into some philosophy here.
Okay.
What I do is I make coffee each morning in press. And a lot of the time, Magpie wakes up a little later, so I'll give her a cup of coffee before she goes to work.
100% of the time I wake up later than you.
Yes. So I'll give her the cup of coffee, and by that point, if we don't have a big press, it's like halfway done. And I want the coffee to last the entire day because I'm doing a lot of work on the computer. So I'll just pour in more water to the coffee, and she calls that bean water for some reason.
He like double steeps the coffee beans like it's tea. And it's really gross.
It's amazing. I love it.
Really disgusting.
It tastes like coffee.
But he likes it. He gave me bean water in my coffee mug at work once, and I almost spat it across the break room. It was so bad. I
love bean water. I love bad coffee. So I'm drinking black bean water coffee in a Mickey Mouse mug. It's like 5:30 our time. Coffee doesn't really affect me because I guess it's
6:15.
It's 6:15. Coffee doesn't really affect me because it's mostly
water.
It's just bean tasted. So yeah, that's what we're drinking tonight. Magpie must have loved my dinner with
I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my list. It's a boring movie where not much happens. And it was well reviewed at TIFF.
Oh. Do you watch any? Stephen Varner asked, do you watch any other trail vloggers?
I'm never on the internet, so no. I don't even go on my own Instagram.
Honestly, if you want the real answer here, is I always feel conflicted about filming personally. It makes me feel a lot of emotions, not all of them good. I feel very conflicted about me filming. And Magpie and I have talked about this quite in depth. She always tells me to stop being a sad sack.
Well, do it or don't. Those are your options.
I like to film because I truly do because we do a lot of these quote unquote lesser known trails. So we truly do want to help the other hikers behind us. And I really appreciate that part of it. But then I sometimes feel nasty filming because I want to be out in nature and out in the moment, and the filming is a different context. So I have a lot of conflicting emotions. So, roundabout way to answer your question, I know of other vloggers. I don't really watch them. I've watched like a video or two just because I've heard the name so often. I'm just genuinely.
Wait, hold on. We actually watch IBTAT.
We watched him in quarantine for like a few episodes. But no, you hear a name and you're just genuinely curious about who this other hiker is. So you might watch an episode or two, but there's nobody that I watch religiously or that I actually, I guess, follow. A lot of the people that you want to associate and have a relationship with in the hiking world, you're going to pick up your phone, you're going to text them, you're going to call them.
We're going to get them on the podcast.
I am an old person at heart, so I like this. I like talking. I don't like necessarily.
He didn't have Instagram until he needed it for the business. I had Instagram and neglected it and still do. So there we are. And I don't watch things. I listen to things and read things. Or like Wild Strawberries, Ingmar Bergman. Yes, Ingmar Bergman, you can't argue with that. People are just giving me movie recommendations now for pretentious movies. I'm into it.
I love it.
My ex-girlfriend was super into pretentious movies. She did make me watch The Holy Mountain. I didn't get it, but that's okay. I do still love him, the director whose name I've forgotten, Alejandro whatever. Jodorowsky. I also watched Alejandro Jodorowsky's Dune, which is a trip. So,
so
please give me pretentious movie suggestions is what I'm saying, because my ex doesn't talk to me.
And I can guarantee you, while you're giving her those pretentious movie suggestions and while we're watching those pretentious movies, I will fall asleep within the first 10 minutes. But
you fall asleep at the first 10 minutes of everything.
Yeah, unless I'm super passionate about it. If there's something I really want to watch, I will try to keep myself awake. But this pretty face don't make itself.
He's not much of a Werner Herzog fan either.
I need some beauty.
He fell asleep on Into the Inferno.
Yeah, I need some beauty sleep.
Which, as far as Werner Herzog goes,
this doesn't make itself, folks.
Pretty exciting.
Are you not going to comment on the beautiful face?
Oh yes, it's lovely.
Yeah. Okay. She didn't agree with it. We actually missed this one from Nick. What's up, Nick? We hope you're doing good, man. Really, again, we've geeked out about you so often. Really appreciate all you guys did. So you asked, when do you expect your NCT FKT North Country Trail fastest known time speed record to be broken?
As soon as Anish does it.
Next year. No, there's actually somebody else. Dosu. There's this hiker named Dosu that we interviewed for our Off Trail podcast, and he's carrying a tracker next year. He's a super fast hiker. He's doing the NCT by himself.
He's going to beat us.
There's going to be nothing to do besides walk fast and hike hard next year.
Well, and he doesn't have to get vaccinated in the middle of it and take 2 days off.
And that's the thing about FKTs. As soon as one's set,
then it gets broken right away.
Yeah, somebody knows what they have to break. So, like, we knew that going in.
It's more motivating to have a target than it is to just be like, go as fast as you can for an unspecified amount of time.
Yeah, FKTs are meant to be broken. We knew that going in. We just wanted to do it because it was like the longest trail, which was super awesome. Not the longest trail, but longest national scenic trail. And I really appreciated the irony of that. So next year.
Yeah.
It's gone. We never expected it to hold.
K Stomach says, and apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. Oh no, you scrolled past them. Have you considered completing the Metacomet Monodoc Trail up to Mount Monodoc in New Hampshire, unless you have already?
I did try to do that. So when I finished the New England Trail, before I was meeting up with Magpie, I think that's where that trail begins, or you have to hike a few more miles and then it begins. I did want to do that trail, but when I finished the New England Trail last year, I had been pushing so hard and aggressively for so long, my body needed rest, and it felt like my muscles were ripping from my legs.
He called a physical therapist friend of his who was like, stop.
Yeah.
You can injure yourself.
Yeah, she told me that's not something that is going to get worked out of your body quickly. You should actually rest. So I had to do some R&R, and then we had to go quarantine in Vermont before the start of the NCT. I do want to do that, but it also is like a lot of people.
I've never even heard of this trail.
It's like one of the most popular, if not the most popular mountain in the U.S.
Continental US? Because I know
Please.
Denali gets like overused.
I still think it's more popular than Denali. Please correct me if I'm wrong. K-stomach. I think it's the most popular mountain in the US. Just with the sheer amount of people.
I have no idea.
Um,
Jay says, I think the GDT had the most near-death experiences for you. Were you the first ones to complete that trail, and would you do it again? So no, we were not the first people to complete it. Not even close. Being relatively short and through some of the most beautiful country in the Rockies, lots of people have done it. I would do it again.
I would do it again.
I would love to do it again, actually. I actively want to do it again because those near-death experiences were because, one, we started the trail kind of too early, and two, we just got extremely unlucky with the weather. I'm getting distracted because someone mentioned Werner Herzog again. Sorry. I have seen that one as well, yes. So we got really unlucky with the weather. But it's beautiful. And the whole time that we were struggling on the GDT, I was just thinking, man, I really wish that we weren't getting this unlucky because I would be enjoying this if it was any other situation. And it really felt like a huge bummer to be in a place that you knew that you would love and not loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that our experience of the GDT really didn't do it justice. I also think I need to do it again to get over some of that trauma of almost drowning. Because, like, actually, that was bad.
I would definitely do it again. It's so beautiful. Like, the GDT, that's the type of hiking.
We had to road walk around some of the most beautiful stuff, too, because of bridge closures. So.
River closures. And, yeah, the GDT, by far, a trail that it hits both of our hiking styles. We love navigating. We love route finding. We love not peak bagging, but being
like
up,
high
being up in the
altitude
passes.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a beautiful trail, and it physically demands a lot of you every day. So without the danger factors of the bad weather and everything we got, both of us really want to do it again. Even with the near-death experiences, we want to do it again.
Yeah. Please wait until you hit 54.
I don't know what that means.
Because I was complaining about being old.
Oh, I'm old too. I can feel it.
You're 27. You're a spring chicken.
No, I'm sorry. We're both old. We actually talk about being old all the time.
He tells me I'm not old, which I know I'm not, but I feel old.
You're old.
Thanks. Okay, Craig says, do the Ice Age Trail during the non-mosquito season of October. The cows will still be there. Good tip.
Good tip, Craig.
All right.
I guess he asked that. Would we do it? Yeah. But there's a lot of trails right now. So Nick didn't really ask, but he wants to know what you thought of Holy Mountain.
I already covered that.
Is that what you were geeking out about?
I didn't get it.
Oh.
But I was also pretty baked, admittedly. So
Craig Richardson, has it ever been decided that when you make the face, you're Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, or Marlon Brando? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me who I am.
You come to my daughter's wedding.
You come to me. I can't do it.
Relatedly, I have not seen The Godfather, so.
I haven't done it in so long that actually really hurt my face. Oh, yeah.
Your face is going to get stuck like that.
I don't know what it is. I can't even talk.
I think it's Robert De Niro.
I can't even see it.
Let's have an informal poll, guys. Who thinks Elmer Fudd? Nice.
I don't know who Elmer Fudd is.
Looney Tunes? The guy with the shotgun?
That makes my eyes water a little bit. My face is so dry from how cold it is up in Canada.
Fellini, yep.
I don't know who Cabria is.
Knights of Cabiria?
Yeah.
It's a place in Italy.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't know who Jodorowsky is.
Jodorowsky.
Yeah.
That's the guy who did The Holy Mountain.
Oh.
Constantine, tell us about your hockey days.
I played hockey. I had a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys are thinking you want serious answers or not. I guess I can go serious because maybe we'll just have to do a serious one day. I don't know if we can.
Nice try, Jay. It's spelled with an I.
Maybe he's just trying to do it purposely that way. Is she saying you're not looking like that
Almost.
guy? I really enjoyed hockey. That's what I grew up doing and grew up playing. And there were a lot of times I was playing on like 3 or 4 different teams just because I loved it so much and I wanted to achieve the next step. But got injured. Didn't pan out that way. Funny enough, we talked about this before. We might have still met if I played hockey because she's just a big hockey. Well, I guess being from Canada, she's just a big hockey person.
Okay, no. I'm actually like almost switch around the vowels. You almost got it.
He's doing it on purpose.
No, I'm not. I don't have a thing for hockey players, okay? You can't, if you date men in Canada, you can't avoid dating a lot of hockey players because literally everyone plays hockey.
She 100% has a thing for hockey players.
No.
Her parents have a thing for hockey players.
That's weird to say.
Well, not in that sense. Her parents.
My parents love hockey.
Yeah, so when I told them I used to play hockey, like,
they were like, "Oh, okay, good life choice."
They got really stoked. Yeah, get your minds out of the gutter.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I didn't actually think that. I just was saying, like,
you just said it weird.
I meant it as like they were really happy about it.
I also think that they were like, that makes sense. She dates a lot of hockey players.
Yeah.
Which is, I suppose, true. I actually specifically have dated a lot of goalies, which is weird because goalies are weird.
Goalies are super
Don't
weird.
date goalies, guys. Sorry, Chris, my friend, if you're watching this, who is a
sorry?
goalie.
Did you hear the sorry? She doesn't say it that often like that. You're saying it because you're Canadian, eh? Oh, hey there, hold there, want a donut, eh? Oh, yeah. She doesn't like when I make jokes about Canada, but we can make more jokes about Canada if you want.
Okay, Raven says hi.
Hi, Raven.
Tell Raven I say hi, and also your baby.
Stephen asked, of the shorter trails, several days backpacking,
which are good ones to help work up to longer distance trails for shakedown and training? Definitely the Sunshine Coast Trail in BC. If you happen to be in Canada, it's 4 to 5 days. It's really intense up and down. It's a short trail, but it's no joke. It's super, it's going to make your gear work or not work. If something's going to fail, it'll fail on that trail. The Juan de Fuca Trail, same thing. It's coastal. So you're going up and down ladders. It's super muddy, rains constantly. Very good trail for shakedown.
I would say the Foothills Trail in South Carolina. Ooh, South Carolina. Ooh. Oh, I miss it. It's so warm down there. Foothills Trail in South Carolina and North Carolina. 77 miles, right about. A buddy and I did, I think, half of it one year just to have fun. It actually very much gives you the feel of the Appalachian Trail condensed. You've probably heard it. I think the Foothills Trail is gaining in popularity because it's really good. 77 miles, and you get the feeling of an out east trail. Also depends what you're looking for. If you're going out west, you should probably go do an out west trail to get prepared for the PCT.
Yeah.
And we don't live out west in the desert, so I don't really know a lot. I've never done a lot of shorter trails in the desert. But I mean, that's what this year's about.
If you were going to do a shorter trail in the desert, you should do the hike up to, what's it called? The hike to the mountain that's just north of Idlewild.
What?
Starts with a J.
Deer Park Trail?
No, it's a Peak Bag, San Junipero. Nope, that's a Black Mirror episode. Starts with a J, though. There's a mountain just north of Idlewild that would be a really good shakedown hike for the PCT in the desert. I would also say if you were planning to do a shakedown hike in Arizona, you should just go do something in the Superstitions. It's 4 or 5 days, just a section of the Arizona Trail. That would be really good. No, I did notice. I'm just ignoring you.
Oh, okay.
That would be really good to shake down gear for the desert. But I mean, really, any coastal hike will get you in shape.
Any environment you're wanting to do, well, I guess a long trail goes through many environments, but I guess any skill you want to pick up in a specific type of environment for a long trail. So like if you're worried about
San Jacinto, yes, thank you.
Yeah. So if you're worried about the Washington Mountains, I would go hike Alpine Mountains somewhere. If you're worried about the desert, I would go do a short trail in the desert. Whatever you're trying to like figure out with your gear, with how you hike, go do a shorter trail. Because a long trail is going to go through a lot. Yeah, it's hard to answer that question.
Did we miss anything? No, just more movie recommendations.
No, they also said something about Mount Monadnock.
Oh, they just said that we got it right.
Monadnock.
Monadnock?
Yeah.
Monadnock.
Yeah, Monadnock. That's actually how it's pronounced.
It sounds like a Kennedy scandal.
Nick asked again, where do you see the culture of hiking the NCT going? Where would you like it to go? Why you gotta hit heavy like that, man? That's a 2-puncher.
I'll let you start this one because I'm too talkative, and also I've been drinking.
Yeah.
I should be nice.
Where do you see the culture of the NCT going? I think it's honestly always going to be a culture for day and section hikers. Not a bad thing. I think just honestly that's how it's going to be because of how long it is. There'll probably be a thru-hiker culture that grows over the years as it gets more and more popular, but never like the AT or the PCT. It'll just be pockets of thru-hikers. I guarantee on a trail that long, if you have a class of 20 thru-hikers that year,
that'd be huge.
Which is huge, you're going to have pockets of them. If somebody wants to do it individually, they will. But if you run into another hiker or you by chance plan with another hiker, you're going to want to stay connected because you're not going to run into anyone else. So where would I like it to go? Honestly, I would like it to go wherever the trail feels like it needs to go. You can't really choose with these trails. They choose for themselves, if that makes sense. Where do you see the culture going? I think I just defined that. It's gonna probably always be for the day and section hiker, to put it simply. It's growing. It's still growing. It's gonna be past 5,000 miles in a year or two.
I can see the section hiker part of it getting bigger.
Yeah.
As more people like hike out east and kind of graduate from the Triple Crown trails, I can see people doing it in 2 chunks. Definitely becoming the standard. It's getting to be too long to through hike. It is almost too long to through hike already. So unfortunately, I think that it's very likely that we'll see the last non-insane through hikers. I mean, arguably, we've already seen the last of them because we're nuts. But that
Dosu's gonna be nuts next year too, though.
Right? Like
Apple Pie's pretty fucking bonkers.
Apple Pie's out in Michigan right now in the snow doing like 10-mile days and not quitting. So I would say that's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the through hiking culture there is going to develop much unless they decide to make the trail shorter.
They're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that.
They're purposely trying to make it longer, which is awesome.
They love being the
longest.
That's
what they want to be. So that's exactly.
But I mean, through hiking the thing is always going to be a stunt at this point. Just like with the American Discovery Trail, if you through hike that, I mean, that's a stunt. But lots of people do sections of it, and I think that's where the culture's going.
I hope the word stunt doesn't make it sound bad.
Not in a bad way, but you know, it's a big thing that you do for partly the bragging rights. I mean, I did it a little bit for the bragging rights, I have to say.
It's a big trail that it's not going to gravitate a lot of through hikers around.
Josh says chick stick, a guy who can handle big stick. That made me laugh inappropriately.
Thank you. The taste of tea.
Another.
Don't know who Katash. I'm not gonna even try, honestly.
Katsuhito Ishii.
Yeah, you shouldn't have tried either. Defo Elmer Fudd. Okay.
So we got 2 votes for Elmer Fudd, 1 vote for Robert De Niro.
Yeah, that's mean. I've never heard Elmer Fudd one before. I've always heard I look exactly like De Niro and I have a New Zealand accent.
Yeah, okay.
Lungs asked, do you guys train for trails? How?
No.
Yes.
I don't exercise.
She doesn't. I can attest to that. It depends what you're going after. So like last year when I knew I was going to be spending 9 months on trail, I was working every day and I would try to shave out 30 minutes to an hour to try to do at least 6 miles with a weighted pack, at least a minimal, just to get used to the pounding. Back to his previous comment, just to get used to the pounding of the feet on the ground. That's really the thing that needs to be trained the most. It's just your body acclimating. It's always going to acclimate on trail to the bigger miles, but you need to get your shoulders used to weight and you need to get your feet used to just the pounding rhythm of hitting pavement or hitting trail. So that's what you really need to train.
And I mean, okay, I say I don't exercise. I do ski most days, or at least all the days that I have off. So I'm on my feet all day. And then at work, I'm on my feet. Like I don't sit down. It's retail. And I'm lifting things. I'm doing like hammer and blowtorch work with, not blowtorch, heat gun work with boots. So, I mean, I don't exercise because my job is very physical. And then I ski as a hobby. So I don't really need to. I'm on my feet all day anyway. So I don't really need to work at getting my feet conditioned.
She also does hate working out.
I also do
just
hate going
plainly
to the gym.
She hates working out. I love working out.
I love going to the climbing gym.
She doesn't like doing a classical sense of workout.
But I mean, I like going to do an activity with people that is physical.
Hey girl, hey.
But I don't like going to the gym because it's weird.
She likes when we work out our lungs together by just going, hey girl, hey, back and forth.
I hate it when you go, hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. We do it back and forth all day and she's
It's not authentic to you. It just seems like you're mocking me.
It's not, baby. All right.
What is this long trail I've heard about going across Canada? Bill, you've opened Pandora's box here.
No, thank you. Trans Catalina Trail.
It's the Trans Canada Trail, also known as the Great Trail.
It's
a lie.
It's the Trans Canalita wine mixer.
What?
Step Brothers reference.
I never made it through that movie.
That's a sin.
No, it's not a good movie.
That's a sin.
I mean, it's got good jokes every once in a while, but it's not a good movie. It's not a piece of filmmaking.
We have so much more room for activities. Yeah.
You know how often I've heard that? We have so much more room for activities.
How often have you heard it? From me?
Yeah.
I never say that.
No, never.
No.
The Trans-Canada Trail's a lie. It's technically connected, but some of that includes waterways. And so people send me links to this all the time.
It's not a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a route.
It's not a real trail. It's a route. It's a route.
It's a trail, too.
It's sort of technically connected, but it's not a real trail. It's not a hiking trail. I used a whole bunch of the Trans-Canada Trail when I was on my bike trip. And some of it's not even like well maintained enough for cycling, never mind hiking. Like it's several days before you get to civilization on a bicycle. And there was also one part of the Trans-Canada Trail that I was planning to take that turned out to be an unmaintained snowmobile trail that was grass over my head, and I got over 100 ticks on my body and spent 2 hours in the gas station of a Petro-Canada picking them off. And they were crawling out of my gear for 5 days.
Ew.
So, yeah, I don't recommend that. Not at all.
It's a trail. We've both heard it. We've both heard of it.
It's allegedly a trail. It's very bad.
It's like the trail.
It's terrible.
I guarantee it's probably like what the NCT was like 40 years ago, 30 years ago.
It's like what the NCT is now, but twice as long.
NCT's a trail.
With less hiking. A lot of it's still on highways.
Any length of trail over 5,000 miles, you're going to have a lot of logistical issues. So, yes, we've heard of it.
But also it's not even...
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a real route. Some of it you have to have a kayak.
It's probably a lot of road walking. Paul, or Paparazzi Paul, why does NCT have the crazy thing that you have to walk the bridge? You would never have to hike a freeway. You don't have to. We're just very much purists.
We're just nuts.
Yeah, that too. Well, that goes back to his previous question.
Yeah.
His previous answer. I can scroll back up. Goes back to... I don't know where it went. Oh, this one.
Chasing guy. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to. The NCT actually purposely states that you don't have to. They put it in their forum somewhere, maybe in their website.
Yeah, you don't have to do it in order to be considered through hiking it, but we wouldn't consider ourselves through hikers if we didn't do the walk.
And also, can you imagine if you walk 4,800 miles
and then you miss 5?
And you feel disconnected? Like, the bridge is almost exactly halfway. Not exactly.
Almost.
It's close. Can you imagine you walked all that distance and then you're like, well, I can't connect my footsteps for this 5 miles, and then you have to walk all that distance again? No. No. Not going to happen. It would have hurt my mentality so hard. No, thank you.
Okay, Jay says last question, or his last question, their last question. Have you made plans for the Hayduke Trail alone or with a bigger group?
Answer is yes to both. We started making them alone last year, pretty much on the Florida Trail, loosely collecting a group of other hikers. And then
every time we talk to someone, they're like, I'm planning to do the Hayduke. Yeah. And we're like, well, let's just cache like 8 gallons of water then. We're
making a loose crew. Actually, on the big interwebs things, I sent a message out, was responding to somebody that wanted to do the Hayduke, another person that's actually starting in March. We wanted to do it in November, but there's a crew that's getting formed in March too. So
we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to work spring break, so.
Yeah, we're definitely doing the Hayduke. Just have to figure out when. It's going to happen this year. March or November. One of the two. Or October, I'm sorry. March or October.
You were thinking October?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yes. Simply yes.
Yeah. Craig, you ever hear from Disney about the mouse?
Disney has never sued me, no. I wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, it's not like we have a big enough profile.
That and the point is like, it's so butchered of what it actually is that no, I don't think Disney would take the time to contact me about the mouse. But they would say, hey there, oh there, want a donut? Huh? But they would say, could we do the rest of this film in the Mickey Mouse voice? Wow, it hurts. Wow, it hurts. We lose people by the second every single time.
Actually, I think we just went up one person watching.
I think we went down one. But who knows? Because it's the mouse. This hurts so bad.
Josh.
Okay, we're going to skip down to that question.
Josh says, do you pack weed or other drugs in your hikes? No. This is when he's like sober.
Yeah. And
he also really doesn't do drugs.
No. She says really doesn't. I don't.
He doesn't do drugs at all. Like he seriously doesn't is what I meant.
I
do drugs sometimes. But not that often.
Some hikers do smoke weed to do miles, or some hikers do other substances.
I don't pack out weed because honestly it makes me sleepy.
Yeah. I've met some hikers that actually hike harder when they smoke. And at least my big 3 trail families on the big 3 trails, I was always in a trail family with some people that were using the green.
Everyone thinks he's a stoner when they meet him.
Because of the jokes I make.
Including me. Yeah. Honestly, I thought he was just high as fuck. But no, that's just his personality.
Yeah. No, we don't. I don't even know what that means.
Somebody smashed the keyboard.
No, that's just a Russian or Bulgarian name. I don't know.
No, but like what they actually typed, I can't imagine Constantine on weed. I mean, it wouldn't be different. It's exactly the same.
I'd fall asleep.
I mean, falling asleep is mostly what you do anyway.
Yeah. I don't stay. When I stop working, my mind just goes off and then I go to sleep.
Yeah, he's either on or off. And if he's off, he's asleep.
Yeah.
And so Hire reached out to you for any recommendations. No, but I would love to tell them.
Would you? What would you tell?
I don't think they would enjoy it.
What would you actually, I'm not going to ask her that question. I was going to ask her what would you tell them, but we're keeping it PG here, folks. As you can tell, I
would tell Ohio to stop.
We've only had a few dick jokes. We've only made a few cuss words. We're keeping it very G. Actually, not even PG. G.
All right.
Did you guys get your NCT 100 miles patch from Josh?
Well, we should have gotten 48 of them.
Can you imagine just like a stack? No.
No.
I'm bad at registering stuff, so like even the fact that we registered the FKT this year was something out of the norm.
Kind of a miracle.
The Ice Age Trail actually consistently people from the Ice Age Trail actually consistently reach out to me to register my Thru-Hike. I'm like, what more documentation do you need? I've videoed the entirety of it. So no, I fight the power. I don't like registering things.
He just doesn't remember to.
I remember to. I just
scroll up. We missed somebody.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Love your videos, guys. Watching the Pinhoti Trail video you did a couple years back. Have you been ever interested in doing the Ohio Buckeye Trail?
We did.
Always on the go. We did enough of it.
We did more than half of it. Magpie really wants to go back and finish that loop. But honestly, surprisingly enough...
Honestly, the last 400 miles, I would just do it to say I did.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't necessarily enjoy it.
I truly think Ohio could be fun in the fall.
Yeah, I think it could be.
Summer was just brutal with the heat. Like, it's just brutality at its finest. Yeah, it's when you hike it and the mindset you're in when you're hiking it. Ohio on the NCT is smack dab in the middle. So, like, all the miles you've done, you still have like 3,000 miles left.
Yeah,
so,
you're
like,
halfway through, so you feel like you've gone nowhere.
Yeah, you're stressed that your time window is closing down. You have to push harder. You have to push faster.
It's hot as fuck. So you're sweating bullets and like you're dehydrated because you're walking roads and there's no good water. It's all farm runoff. But in the fall, I could see it being pretty good.
Yeah, I would maybe do it in the fall.
Disney was sent us support for sending a cease and desist letter.
Jay said, I think Disney would get support for sending a cease. Are you saying you would support them for sending a cease and desist letter? Hold on, Jay. I can always do more voices. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. I can do worse voices, so...
He can. Don't test him.
Oh, hey.
For my sake.
Oh, we haven't talked about adventuring with Cinnamon in a long time.
No. We're not doing that.
I completely forgot
We're not
about
doing
that.
your drag queen persona.
It's your drag queen persona, but okay.
I don't need a drag queen persona. I'm already a queen.
I can yeah. I can imagine Constantine on weed.
I mean, you can. It's the same.
Okay. For Constantine, where does the Potomac Heritage Trail rank for you compared to all the other NSTs that you hiked? Impossible to answer that question. It ranks on the list of trails I hiked. I can't rank it. I try to answer this question all the time, and you're gonna always hear me say the same thing. I can't rank them because each trail was different in the context I was doing it. You don't expect all this philosophy from a stupid guy that makes Mickey Mouse jokes, but every trail is different. The Potomac Heritage Trail let me test how hard I could push, coupled with how hard I'd been pushing for a long time. It was nice. I like walking. If it's a trail that I can walk on, I like it. It was hard logistically sometimes, but I liked it.
All right.
How'd you like it?
I wasn't there.
I gave you calls.
Yeah, you did call me quite a bit.
Yeah.
He had pretty good cell service.
Mm-hmm.
I was working. AB Rouleauville says, what power bank do you use on trail? How many days does it last you? He uses...
I don't know.
A massive Anchor power bank.
26,000.
It's intended for charging a laptop, so it's...
I didn't know this.
It's much heavier than it needs to be because it has a much higher voltage delivery. I went through deep depth of nerdiness on this on my blog, actually, called Sweating the Small Stuff. You can find that post. I'll drop it in the chat eventually.
Oh, can we type back to people?
We can type back. See, it does say something. So I'll type that in when I'm not going to be distracted. But yeah, so he uses like a massive. Oh dear.
You can keep answering your question.
You're very, very distracting. You know, we can just talk and say that, right?
Yeah, I guess there's no point to use the chat.
There's no point for us to use the chat except to drop links. So yeah, he uses a massive laptop one. I use it's a Chinese knockoff of Anchor called like YXPIXYP something. I have links there on Sweating the Small Stuff as well. It lasts 3 days if I'm being really conservative. It's also a 26,500 charger. You're not even drunk. Why are you doing this?
Do I have to be drunk to love you?
No, but you just put your entire weight on me.
I know, I was slowly shifting the camera angle.
I've totally lost track of what I was saying. Go look at my blog, adventurousmagpie.com. You'll find a link there. And the post is called Sweating the Small Stuff. It's got information about chargers and stuff.
My brick lasts me about a week. A week charging my phone.
Somebody has sent you a donut emoji.
Oh, thank you. Charging my phone. I used to charge a GoPro off it too, but the GoPro drowned in Florida.
Rouleauville, good job.
So yeah, it lasts me about a week. It depends. It depends how much I'm filming in each section and how much service there is. Service you chews up the battery too. It depends on the trail. I hate that every time I have to say it's contextual, but
it always is. Though.
I guess average a week. If you start pushing it past a week, even with 26,000 milliamps, you're not gonna have a good time unless you're only listening to podcasts or music. If you're filming with it too, no.
Oh right, no, they were asking how much the power bank lasts, not how much the phone lasts. Yeah, the power bank lasts about a week. Yeah. Sorry.
You're really making me want
a beer. Nick. Cheers. Go get one. Chris says. And also, can we spend time knocking Ohio?
No.
What a miserable place.
No, we can't.
Unfortunately not, because we want to stay on good terms with the NCTA. But you can privately message me, and I'll get back to you within, let's say, a month, because I'm never on the internet, and then we can privately mock Ohio.
And you know what, Chris? I'll honestly say Ohio was rugged, and it was tough in places. But, like, you're going to get that anywhere. And Ohio, again, it's always mindset. It's where we were in the trail and where we were. And it just honestly was rough some places. I'm not going to go into that because, I don't know. My mind's stopping. Stephen Venora asks, has anyone from hiking or sports media contacted you after doing all the NCTs and STs? NCTs?
Yeah, we've got an interview coming out tomorrow.
With Outside Magazine.
Outside Magazine.
That's been a long time in the making.
We were talking to them in early November, and the article's finally coming out, so that's exciting.
Yeah. As far as sports media,
ESPN's not interested in hiking.
Yeah. No. Again, if hikers did it for the publicity or did it to be on a news show, there's easier ways to do that. Go do something. Write a book. I don't know. Play ping pong. I bet ping pong's written more about than hiking. Go play shuffleboard in Florida. Guarantee they get more publicity than hiking. No. Sports media, no. Has anyone from hiking?
Paul says nothing bad about Ohio. That is where I met my wife.
Yeah,
see?
Paul,
we got an opposing perspective.
Has anyone from hiking media? From hiking, yes. From like the niche field of hiking we're in, a lot of people I've been chatting with about the NCT, but not sports media.
Surprisingly, I've gotten very little press about it for being the first woman to do it as a through hike. So
you're gonna get that tomorrow with Outside.
Well, yeah, but nobody else. I guess no one cares. I don't know. I'm very bad at self-promotion, so that's mostly it, I think.
Lungs. Constantine, do you hold the unofficial FKT of the Ice Age Trail? I think at the time that I did it, yes. Now, no. There was actually a runner that ran out and just crushed it. Forget his name. He is actually one of the Legends buddies, I think. But he went out there and crushed it, I think, in 2020? I don't know. I think at the time that I did it, yes. Now, no. That's simple. Chris Piet, I love you, Josh. Oh.
Jay says, this is just a bunch of commentary about hating on Ohio.
I wonder if they know each other.
No, I doubt it. I'm
with Josh.
Josh says, thoughts on the January 6th attack on the American Capitol? Really glad I don't live in America. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Wow, that's an interesting. They took to heart the weird questions. I love it.
The 6th today.
Oh, was there another one?
No.
Oh.
It's the anniversary.
I don't know. No thoughts. Stuff happened. Shit happens in this world.
He didn't even watch it on TV.
Did I just cuss?
No.
I'm not supposed to cuss on here. I guess we cuss on here. Whatever. I don't know. Crazy stuff happens all the time. It's bad. A lot of stuff happens. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say.
I mean, you're not really that tuned into that kind of a thing.
I don't like news.
He only found out about Theranos today.
Nobody else here knows what.
People know what Theranos is, right?
Does anybody else know what?
Who knows what Theranos is? Thumbs up, thumbs down right now in the chat, please.
I don't think they can do that. I don't think that's instantaneous. There's probably a lag here. I guarantee. Don't Google it. I guarantee nobody else knows what Theranos is.
Elizabeth Holmes.
Look at how quiet it is.
Baxter Cat says hi.
Yay.
Steven doesn't know who it is. Nick says Canada's less likely to slide into a dictatorship. Jay says everyone knows. Lungs doesn't know. Josh knows.
Wait, she's
Kay
not.
Stomack is unfamiliar with Theranos.
Wait, that homeless woman. I just listened to. No. I found out who she was today, and she's not homeless, right?
No, she's not homeless. She just has bad hair.
How do all these people know? There's no way.
It's been in the news for 2 years.
No idea. I love it, Paul. It's really
all right. So we found out which of our followers live under a rock affectionately. We read.
Hey, I read too. Holmes.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he meant that homeless woman. I'm like, she was a CEO, wasn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she did look a little bit homeless though.
Wow, that got people were passionate about that one. Nobody knows. The
lady who defrauded all the investors with the one drop blood testing thing. Anyway,
how do we even get there?
I was saying that he doesn't listen to the news. He didn't know what Theranos was. She was nice to me at Burning Man.
Whoa,
Silicon Valley. There you go.
That's pretty cool.
Did she do the weird voice at Burning Man, Nick? That's what I'm curious about.
What voice are you talking about, baby?
Not that one.
Uh-huh.
She had a fake baritone that she used.
Weird.
Yeah, she was very weird. She was very turtlenecky, Steve Jobsian.
I'm so glad the McNamara's made it. Hi, McNamara's.
All right, let's stop talking about Theranos.
Yeah, I can't believe. How do you do
emojis?
No, we can't go there yet.
No.
We can't go there yet.
Okay, what was your favorite leg on the BBB GDT that you'd like to go back to in better weather? Well, we need to do the Skyline Trail through Jasper because we had to road walk around that.
What's BBB?
I don't know.
Oh, Beautifully Brutal, baby.
Oh, there we go.
Honestly, I don't know how to answer that question. You're asking me favorites again. I don't know how to answer favorites. I will say that. Oh my God. I would say those 10 days north of Jasper.
Yeah. Taco Lakes.
Yeah. Even though the Jack Pine Swamp was really brutal, I wish we had the opportunity to do more high routes because
the high route through there is excellent.
Yeah. The high routes looked awesome. It's just the weather windows didn't allow us to do those.
It would have been so unsafe.
So yeah, that's that. When you guys going to get Long's ass? When you guys going to get on Backpacker Radio, my second favorite podcast?
Wink.
Winky face.
Love it.
They actually gave us a shout out last week. They sent us a message and we replied to them, and then we haven't heard.
Oh, really? I didn't check my Instagram.
Yeah. And then I guess they dropped the ball. I don't know. It's Backpacker Radio.
Josh says,
if you listen to them, I don't know.
We'll find out, I guess. They'll let us know.
Out.
You and Canada have a good legal weed and a hunky prime minister.
Is he hunky?
I don't know.
Who's the prime minister? Justin Trudeau.
He's a bit of a Disney prince, I guess. He's technically attractive.
Also way less likely to slide into a right-wing dictatorship in the next 20
Also
years.
True. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Legal weed, less likely to slide into a right-wing dictatorship, and I don't know, medium hot prime minister.
If they keep having this cold weather like this though, I would say that they're likely to get annexed from the world within the next 20 years.
Annexed from the world? What does that
Don't know
mean?
If that's possible. It's not right to have this cold of weather. How do you do emojis?
Who? No, she didn't. What? Oh, she didn't do the voice of Burning Man.
Oh.
Ooh, exposed.
I like how John also asked who. See, people don't know. It's not a common knowledge thing.
It is, though.
Jay, how do you do emojis? I try to make a very crude.
He just sends me, okay, he drives me to and from work because he's very cute. And he also likes to get out of the house because he works from home. And he just sends me random emojis every day when he comes to pick me up from work. And then he makes up a story about why they are. Are you just going to show them all the weird shit? Them. No, you should show them the emojis.
That's how you do emojis. You just send random.
Oh, you really can't see it?
Yeah, you can't see them. You just kind of put random stuff together and then find the message within. You don't actually think of the message and then do it. You just throw stuff out there and see what sticks.
Yeah, so he sent me things like peach tsunami juice box. And you're like, what? And then he comes up with a thing.
Juicy booty tsunami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you just said that.
Yeah, you set me up for that. You did that on purpose.
I did. I just wanted to see if you would go for it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So we were about 50-50 on knowing who Elizabeth Holmes is.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's surprising to
me.
me.
It's not uncommon. Mark Ethan, which Wisconsin hiking experience was stranger for you? The night on the IAT in Portage. That's the town name. Thank you. I've forgotten about it when you had the headlights. Or the NCT who randomly heckled you in Magpie. Definitely
that
Portage.
Dude.
Definitely Portage.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there for the first one.
The heckled one was just uncomfortable.
It was really uncomfortable because it's like, who goes out hiking specifically to be a dick to like random people that you know from the internet?
Yeah, it wasn't an uncomfortable.
It didn't feel unsafe. It just felt really weird.
Yeah.
It was just like, what's your fucking deal, dude?
It just felt uncomfortable and it kind of just grated on like what you thought of other people, if that makes sense. It was kind of like, why would you take time out of your day to do something like this? Or why?
To be moderately irritating. Like, not even mean, but just like annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to unpack that.
If that guy's watching, what's your deal, man?
Smiley icon button. Oh,
you figured out how to do emojis.
Wait, you were asking actually how to type them in the messaging thing.
Oh no, are you going to do an emoji now?
Cupcake. Is that a cupcake? What is that?
I have no idea. It's like a Wi-Fi symbol.
Is that a cat in a box emoji?
Oh no. We've created a monster, guys.
Oh my god.
Josh,
that is amazing.
I haven't watched all your NCT videos yet. How many bears did you end up seeing with an emoji? Because we've all figured out how to do emojis now.
Everybody here.
And this is about to go crazy.
Please spam it with emojis.
No, okay.
I want to see what you guys put together. Pick together a random message of emojis and see if we can interpret it. That would be fun. We're going super long.
Oh, we only ever saw one bear. That's it. That's how many bears we saw.
One bear.
And then cupcake, cat in a box.
Oh, who did that? Who did the cat in the box?
Oh, look, it's Baskets. Hi, Baskets.
What's up, man? Hope you and Garden State are doing well, man. We still want you on the show. If you ever have a free moment, we still want to chat with you on the show. You would be super interesting to talk to, Ed. Miss you, man. You were awesome stepping off some miles with. Really love you. Nice sweater. Hello from the Windy City.
How cold is it where y'all at? It's -10 Celsius. So that's... I don't know. I don't know American temperatures.
It's too cold. It's the fact that I need... How do I put this?
It's 15 degrees Fahrenheit.
How do I put this politely? I need all of my orifices covered with multiple layers of clothing at all times, which is sad because that's not how I roll. How do we get there? We don't know.
Paul says, I'm sure the hacker on trail was from Ironwood.
The hacker? Oh, yeah. Good job, Paul.
Good job, Paul.
Okay, what Joel
says, cheers, beers, shaka, laughing, beer, peace sign. Which is basically just snowboarder language for hello.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I give him shit for being a boarder all the time.
I think Joel just means he's drinking while watching the podcast and having a good time. I hope that's what it means.
Cheers, Joel.
She's getting drunk over here. I'm just drinking coffee.
I'm not getting drunk. I'm on my second beer.
By the time we're off of this, she's going to pass out and I'm going to just
by the time we're off of this, I'm going to microwave some curry that didn't turn out how I wanted it to.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to watch How To with John Wilson again.
I guess she decides what is
We decide what we watch because he falls asleep in 10 minutes. I just want to watch something that I enjoy.
Speaking of, I think we're going to cap this off at 2 hours. I don't really want to go past that.
We're getting pretty close.
So if you guys have any last questions,
we'll get them in now.
Yeah, we'll try to fit it in within 30 more minutes. So hit us with them. We're going to try to go faster than we've been going because we get lost in tangents. So we're going to cap it at 2 hours.
We got another half hour.
It is 7:00 now, Pacific time, so 30 more minutes for whoever's doing that.
John loves John Wilson also.
Magpie is Canadian. Her veins run full of beer. Dude, the amount of Canadians that just nonchalantly drink beer is mind-blowing to me.
His mind was blown because when we close the store at work, if it's been a hard day, my boss or me, because I'm the floor supervisor, I'll be like, hey, you guys want to crack a beer while we vacuum? He was astonished
Yeah.
that not only do we have a fridge at work that's full of beer, but that we drink it on the clock when there are no customers.
Blows my mind. It's
This is
ridiculous. You don't mix alcohol with
my
work.
boss is the guy who's like, I'm having a beer while I vacuum. Anyone else who wants one can have one. And it's like okay, but here's the other thing too that you don't know about it. Paul Newman and Slapshot, excellent, by the way. Someone just asked about it. So when we have the jigs for several like rare bindings, basically what that means is the template for drilling holes in a ski so you can mount a binding. Whenever other stores borrow our jig to do a mount, they pay us in beer. Whenever we borrow their jigs to do a mount, we pay them in beer. So our beer fridge is always full.
Why are we talking so much about beer?
Because somebody sent me a lot of beer emojis.
Yeah, it blows my mind how many Canadians just drink nonchalantly. Some dude was just drinking and shoveling snow the other day, and it seemed like that was acceptable.
Oh, what else are you going to do while you shovel?
Shovel. not drink.
Shoveling's boring.
All right.
Can you talk a little
Leland.
bit about the PNT from Leland?
That's such a broad question. I guess we can. Yeah.
It's an A+
Awesome.
trail.
Awesome trail. Highly recommend doing it.
Strong contender for my favorite of all time.
If you're not going straight up mountains, you're going straight down the other side.
Yep.
Or you're walking in between the next mountain
It's
range.
super brutal.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart. It's probably not for your first trail. There's a lot of bushwhacking. There's a lot of navigation, which I personally really enjoy. You're not going to meet a lot of people on trail. Our bubble of 5 people was an extraordinarily large bubble for the PNT. Mm-hmm. So if you go on the PNT, you better enjoy being alone. That said, love it. Yes, Canadians shovel with one hand. We got those big bucket thingies.
Because their other hand's drinking a beer. It has no reason to do with what their bucket is.
So that's the PNT, definitely up there.
Yeah, the PNT, I don't know. By far one of the coolest trails. Again, it hits all the quotas for what we're looking for in a hike. Navigation, difficulty, wilderness, kind of way out there. Really love the PNT. So if you're asking like a little bit about, can you tell me if I should go hike it? Highly recommend it.
Highly recommend that you do, unless it's your first hike, in which case don't, because you'll hate it.
If it's for your first hike, maybe chew off a couple sections and then go do it once you're comfortable with hiking itself, I guess. But
it would be a rough introduction to hiking.
It would be. Again, the
because
trail.
You would have to learn not only how to through hike, but also how to navigate, how to resupply for like 10 days. And like the beginning is very hard.
Yeah.
So you would start and then you'd be like, fuck, this is hard. And then you'd quit.
Yeah. I can't believe Baskets. How'd you find this, Baskets? By the way, super awesome seeing you here, though, man. I really.
Oh no! What did I do?
Baby, stop. I don't know what happened there.
Neither of us know how to use Windows.
You click something. Baby's getting drunk.
I'm not getting drunk. I'm getting tipsy. It's a difference.
I can see it in your eyes. Read this then. Read that and tell me. And
a lot of cats to unpack.
This is your sobriety test. Read all 4 of those cat emojis and tell me what they mean.
Cats equals a lot of cats to unpack.
Mark, Ethan, I really appreciate the amount of cats and boxes you sent our way.
Cats and boxes.
Always on the go, just send a 10. I appreciate that. I don't know what song you were singing.
No, that's just how you beatbox.
Oh, love John Wilson. Don't know who John Wilson is.
That's the guy that we've been watching the documentary with. The guy who did the like scaffolding thing.
Oh. Yeah.
It was anticlimactic. Do Canadians shovel with one hand? We already covered that.
Oh, Steven, I like how you took us up on that. I be Maple and smiling to cows. No. I be Maplin and smiling to cows.
I
do too.
Believe in.
I be Maplin and
I believe in smile to cows.
I be Maplin and facing 2 cows.
Chris just said, yeah, them shark eyes are long gone. I guess I look alive behind the eyes now.
Yeah, them shark eyes. Oh, yeah. I was making a joke about her getting drunk, but I guess we both haven't eaten a lot today. We spent all our day on the mountain.
And then we just had this.
Well, I'm drinking coffee, baby. You're drinking.
I'm drinking beer, but I did also eat today.
Oh, she actually did. I didn't eat today. I've been on the mountain, and we've been doing mountain things. Can you...
McNamara's request.
Can you do a, hey there, hold there, want a donut? McNamara's, yes, I can. I can do it a few ways for you. Hey there, hold there, want a donut? And then I can also do it, hey there, hold there, want a donut? Haha. Don't know if I did it other ways on the NCT. Honestly, the NCT made me weird in ways that I never expected, and I love it to this day.
They made him weird in ways that he can now not retrieve, like a dream that you forget as soon as you wake up.
It is like a fever dream. Magpie, I think it's...
I like remind him, and he's like, "Did I really do that?" I'm like, "Oh yeah."
I think Magpie's trying to slowly phase out the weirdness for me.
I'm civilizing him.
Yeah, I think she actually... She says this as a joke, but I think she actually takes pride in the fact that she's trying to civilize me.
Operant conditioning is very simple.
I call her out on times that she actually does treat me like a dog.
I mean, it works.
She'll give me a treat if I do something right. And I'm like, Magpie, I know what you're doing here.
But it doesn't stop you from accepting the treat.
No, I'm going to eat the treat. I'm going to eat the piece of cheese, or I'm going to eat the cookie. But I also know what you're doing here.
And it doesn't stop it from working.
What?
You just got to train your husband like a dog. That's what you do.
I hate that that's true. I absolutely hate that that's true.
It works.
And it is true. I want a cookie now, too. Okay. No.
Craig wonders what my favorite beer is. I don't have a favorite beer. I drink a different beer every time.
You're right.
It's like My Fair Lady, what you're doing to him. Yes, it is.
It's like your right eye is smaller than your left eye.
That's just the angle.
Oh, okay. I don't know what fair...
Keep it up, Magpie. That boy needs civilized.
Why does everybody think I need to be civilized? What?
Look at what you're wearing right now. Also,
it.
On the bottom, he's wearing his insulated ski pants.
Yeah.
And slippers.
If y'all don't know, I've been tucking in button-up shirts to ski pants because I don't know how to do Canada. Canada is a verb, and I don't know how to do Canada.
And he hates sweatpants also. Julie bought me a Kinder chocolate egg for being somewhat behaved at Aldi.
What is this? What is this when we become adults?
They're so bad in the grocery store. You gotta discipline him.
What is this when we become adults that we have to get treated like dogs?
Toddlers.
Thumbs up.
If son hiking with a partner, 4,700 miles is a long time to constantly be with someone. Yes, it is. My recommendation is headphones.
Wow. My recommendations is a loudspeaker to get past those headphones so they can hear what you're saying and hear the flavor in it and hear the artistic value in it, to be honest.
Oh, look who it is. Someone just popped up in the chat. Sorry. Hello, y'all. Munch, Hank, Mountain Man, SOS, and crew.
Oh.
Have hiked all the roads all fall season with hikes on the NCT. Munch and Hank don't enjoy the road at all. SOS loves road walks. Of course she does.
That's so awesome. You guys
Hi, guys.
In.
I'm so happy that you were here. I'm sorry we didn't acknowledge you when you first got in. They're flying to Arizona to hike the Grand Canyon through Northern Terminus on AZT. You can go anytime March through June. Recommendation for time and tips while in the canyon.
Not June.
I
would not go in
Definitely
June.
Not June.
Not even May.
March or April.
March or April.
Yeah. I would say probably like first week of April is the best time. Tips while in the canyon. I mean, you need to know. Bring water.
A lot of water to the base of the canyon.
Because you don't want to drink out of the Colorado River. Also, you need to know that you need to have a headlamp with a red light setting on it because the white light spooks the mules.
Slap a mule on the ass.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, you would actually probably get in a lot of trouble.
You would get in a lot of trouble. Don't mess with the mules. Constantine Pygmalion. I like it.
I don't know what that means.
That's for the best.
I'm gonna Google it unless you want to tell me what it means. I'm gonna close this window and Google it unless you want to tell me what.
All right. Well, you close the window and Google it, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I will return to this madness in a moment. This is a lot of fun, guys.
Sorry, guys. I can't actually see what you're probably just looking at me, but I'm trying to figure out. Is a play by George Shaw, named after the Greek mythological feature. It still doesn't tell me what it is. I'm gonna have to figure out what it is from Magpie. I tried to Google it, and I couldn't find it. What does it mean to call someone a Pygmalion? Oh, here we go. He was granted the wish of having life given to a sculpture of his which he loved a great deal. As in George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion, in which he sometimes referred to his main character as Pygmalion's Higgins. It still doesn't tell me what it means to call someone one. One who acts as the legendary Greek sculptor Pygmalion, who was granted the wish of having life given to a sculpture of his, which he loved a great deal. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, it seems like more of people are getting behind the board that Magpie's training me like a dog. That's fun. That's fun.
I mean, I'm kidding. They just think
you're not actually kidding, though, which is scary.
I mean, I'm not like training like a dog all the time.
I know, but I know when you're doing it. So, Celeste Suter Scariest or weirdest experience on trail? I probably know hers.
Yeah?
The guy in Washington on the PMT with the cooler.
Oh, the guy with the cooler and the massive hammer. That was scary.
He had a head in a cooler.
Yeah, I don't know what he had in the cooler. He was weird. I mean, honestly, the scariest experience I had on trail was on the PCT. I got stalked for 700 miles. And I mean, not like someone followed me for 700 miles. I got like stalked by a dude who would hitch ahead to like see me, we had been hiking together for a little bit, and we were cowboy camping around San Jacinto one night, and he set up next to me, and in the middle of the night, he would like wrapped his leg around me and his arm, and I was like, whoa. But being charitable, I was like, okay, well, he was asleep. Like, weird shit happens. I like moved my pad farther away, fell back asleep, woke up an hour later. He was right next to me, wrapped his arm and his leg around me again. So I got up and moved. And then after that, I had to confront him and was like, dude, it's not going to happen. And then he stalked me for 700 miles all the way through the Sierra. He randomly showed up on Silver Pass. Like, it was really fucking scary. So
yeah,
that's that. And then I guess the other scariest experience is when I almost died.
In the
river. But honestly, I would still rate Stalker Guy as scarier than almost dying in a river.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that. We've talked about that a lot. Scariest and weirdest. I don't know. There's been some scary parts in the South. I'm from the South, but there's been scary parts in the.
You've had a lot of weird people.
I've had a lot of weird encounters. I've been handed manifestos before, and I've also been talked to like I was just a wanderer, which makes sense. I've been preached to a lot before. You get a lot of weird experiences on trail. I don't know what the weirdest would be. That's a good question. Don't know.
Chris says that sucks, which thank you.
Baskets Resale just gave a smiley face. Aww. That was before your.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah. Hey, Baskets. Throwing the bandana came from you. People don't understand what I think. I texted Julie that or messaged her when I was trying to figure out how to get in touch with you, and I told her I was throwing the bandana, and she's like, "Oh, better luck next time." When we were on the NCT, I think she thought that meant that we were calling it quits. But Baskets, you got to tell her, man. Throwing the bandana means, is it David Goggins? I don't know. It's some bike rider that you're familiar with.
I have no idea.
It means you're taking off all the weight and you're just pushing harder. So you're pushing. I don't know why I went into that tangent. Super weird. Kostomik, do you use a dog clicker to train him? We will not have a dog clicker in this house.
No, you respond better to food.
Does she have a dog whistle?
He's very food motivated, this one.
Yeah, of course.
You just gotta have treats in your pocket and he'll do whatever you want.
Of course. That's not a question. New book from Magpie, Train Your Husband Like a Dog.
There's actually a New York Times article called that.
I bet there was. Have you seen My Fair Lady? No, I haven't. Same story.
I actually haven't seen My Fair Lady either.
Chris Pratt, Laugh Out Loud, Nick. You guys were a huge... Oh, McNamara's. You guys were a huge part of our 2021. Thank you so much. We're fans forever of McNamara's. Quick question. What was your favorite portion of the NCT? Love you, McNamara's. Really appreciated you all coming along. That was awesome. Let us smile on some days we were having a tough time. But favorite portion of the NCT?
Hard to pick.
North Dakota. I think this is my second time saying that. By the end, you guys have worn me down. I'll go ahead and say North Dakota. You've successfully worn me down.
I think for me, Superior Hiking Trail.
I also need to eat at some point because
you're getting hungry. Okay, 15 minutes, guys. We're going to go off the stream in 15 minutes. So if you have any burning questions that you need to know, we're going to try to rapid fire through them, and then we're going to say goodbye.
And please.
And then I'm going to get some spaghetti into them.
Let's spread. Sounds kinky. Let's spread some awareness. Spread some awareness around the fact that there are women out there that are training their partners like dogs. Please.
Oh, I think all the women know this and none of the men do.
I knew it.
Just to be completely gender essentialist about it.
I knew what you were doing to me.
Yeah, and you liked it.
Because I like treats. It's not fair. We need to.
Who doesn't like treats?
I don't know how we go about solving this issue, but we need to solve this issue because it's not the same. You don't have the same give or take. Like, I can't train her with treats because one, she's not trainable. One,
I'm feral.
She's feral. Yeah, she'll
you just
bite
leave it
you
on the porch, and then you hope that I show up later.
Yeah, it doesn't. It
If
doesn't
you try to feed me, I run away.
Yeah, there's not a give and take. It's not fair. I'm getting too much in that. But not McNamara's. Love you guys. Thanks for that. Basket said, check out Yellowstone. We actually watched it in a trail town.
Yeah, we saw like there was like a Yellowstone marathon going on. So we watched a lot of like the 3rd season or something of Yellowstone. We're like, I don't know what's going on, but this is pretty interesting.
It was pretty cool. We actually,
it's apparently it's like a right-wing version of Succession.
Oh, Basket. So if you like Yellowstone, I listened to an interview with some dude the other day, and he was talking about a show called 1813. It's a
spinoff of Yellowstone.
It's some year in 1800. I don't know if it's specifically called
1883 is what it's called.
It's called 1883. And he said it was better than Yellowstone. So if you like Yellowstone, check out 1883. It means your partner sculpts you. Oh, that makes more sense.
I knew what Pygmalion was.
You wouldn't tell me. We're gonna have some things to talk about after the show. Thanks, guys, for an enjoyable Craig. I do want treats.
2021 with your videos.
Yeah.
Baskets is responding to you.
Marco Pantani. That's what it was. I've been trying to figure. I'll look into it. Thanks. 1883. Awesome. Marco Pantani. That's the one I was looking for, man. I've been having that quote in my head for like 2 years, and I can't figure out what the name was. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You just alleviated a whole lot of hurt in my own mental things. Throw a bandana and gold chain to fly up the mountain in the rain. Yeah, that's what it was.
All right, let's get to some questions.
I feel Julian, she needs to know this stuff. Yes, she does. We all need to know this stuff. Throw the bandana. I use that quote all the time, Baskets, man. Thanks.
Okay, so Josh says, thanks for the videos. You guys are very inspiring. Thanks for watching, Josh. We super appreciate you.
You guys are inspiring. Really? We spent 2 hours just laughing at absurdities.
This is fun, though.
I thought this was fun, yeah.
A.B. Rouleauville says, any fun hiking souvenirs from 2021?
Gout. No, I don't know.
He's got a package of Spam that's hiked 5,000 miles.
I do.
That's still sitting in our hall closet.
Athlete's foot.
Ew.
Hepatitis A through Z.
That's gross.
Oh, I'm not going to keep going down disease
you
list.
Should stop.
I should stop there.
Stop.
I think if I keep listing diseases, we're going to get into dangerous
we're going to get
waters.
into nasty territory. Let's
One, also because it's nasty, and then 2, hot topics. I could go into. I have so many jokes about that.
You should just restrain yourself.
I really want to tell you what I'm really thinking right now. I should.
Any actual hiking souvenirs, though?
I still have my rock. I still carry a rock all the time.
He still carries Patrick the Rock. My dad gave me a little like key holder thing that's a raccoon. It says "Take a hike." That's cute.
I don't know. Surprisingly, not a whole lot because again,
I don't collect any shit. And I'm practical.
And the souvenirs you usually get, at least the ones that I put worth.
Oh, you know what? We got the buffs.
We did from the NCT.
We got the NCT. Give us buffs.
But at least the stuff that I really appreciate and carry with me longer is stuff from the people that you meet along the way. So like I've gotten like an arrowhead, glass blown kind of necklace. Somebody's given me like shells and like a sand vial from the PNT. It's a lot of stuff that you meet with locals in towns or other hikers and like they trade or give to you. That's the stuff that I kind of put worth into. So anything that I would have found on the trail this year, no. If I can find it anywhere, I don't think so. I honestly don't think so.
Not really. Most of what we got was
tacky memories.
But also most of what we got was like in the form of help.
I'm so sorry. Mickey Mouse. That is the best fun hiking souvenir of 2021. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Hey there, hold day. Want a donut? Mickey Mouse. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry. I apologize so many times.
All right. Josh says, I'm hiking the Manistee National Forest portion of the NCT next summer. Videos are a great reference. Thanks to you two. Been nice chatting.
Oh, thanks, man. It's been fun.
Thanks, Josh. Jay says they lull you into proposing, get married, and then you're on the training regimen for the rest of your life.
Jay doesn't agree with me on many things like the Mickey Mouse voice, but A+, man. It's true. They lull you into proposing, get married.
I mean, if he doesn't want treats, that's his choice.
But I do want that. You can't say that because you know what my response is. I want treats.
Well, you're spending the winter up north in the Great White North. Did you send Constantine on avalanche training? I'm trying to convince him to do an avalanche safety course.
Okay.
And he doesn't want to do it.
No.
Because he thinks that he just needs snowshoes.
Yeah. I'll be darned if I got to go to it.
I honestly don't trust him in the backcountry.
We did the GDT together. You
Yeah,
can't
I know.
say,
And you ran
say
straight
that.
into an avalanche zone. And after I told you, hey, that's an avalanche zone, you probably shouldn't go there, you ran straight into it. And I was like, fuck, I have to rescue him if it actually goes.
Baby, we trust each other.
I do trust you, but I don't trust you to save my life in the backcountry.
I would definitely save your life in the backcountry.
Well, not until you've done an avalanche. This is an ongoing argument.
No, I'm not going to take an avalanche course because one, if it looks like there's too much snow that an avalanche is going to come down, I'm not going to go up that mountain. It's common sense. Or if it looks like a big cornice, not going to poke it. Common sense.
Don't poke the cornice, obviously. But
Don't
there's
poke
more
the
to it
cornice.
than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't poke the cornice. Good advice.
No,
Magpie,
I'm
the
not gonna
feral
take the course.
homeowner. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, super weird.
Oh, message retracted from Chris.
How naughty was
Chris,
it?
what did you say? We didn't get to read it.
What?
Lung says, love you guys and love your videos. It was cool asking you questions.
It was really fun, yeah.
This has been fun. Maybe we should do this again sometime.
Yeah. I don't know how this format is because it looks grainy on my
I
end.
hope that you guys are enjoying this.
I don't know how to tie your phone into it.
Our webcam kind of sucks.
Our webcam is really janky. Like if I could tie this into it, it could be clearer. But
We'll figure out how to do it
Yeah.
or not. Jay says as soon as it warms up in the spring, that spam will explode.
I don't know what it's gonna do. I honestly don't know where it is.
It's in your pack.
Why would you leave it in there?
But I didn't leave it in there. You left it in there.
Baby, why would you leave it in there?
It's not my fault.
I'm gonna give you a treat later.
Kay Stomack has said, I had the fortune of finding your channel a couple weeks ago. I'm glad to have found it since. It has motivated me to hike more often and hopefully do some of the NSCs in the future. Love the videos. Thank you very much.
That's very sweet. It's nice to hear that people you all actually do enjoy them. Like, I know I get super weird on the videos. I know I'm just super weird in general. I don't know how to filter. I wouldn't want to filter because that's, again, goes against my values to filter things. But I don't know. It's really nice hearing you guys like them.
Jay says being married is still worth it. He's been married 32 years, which is impressive. Congratulations.
I have a lot of questions.
And the questions are, what are the treats?
It involved treats, yes. What, over the years, what has she changed to make the treats less that you recognize in them? So, like, did it start off with cookies and then you realize, like, hey, we know what you're doing here. And then she switched to, like, cheese, maybe. Then you're like, okay, I understand what you're doing here. I've been in this for about 6 months. And then she switched to prosciutto. Prosciutto.
You
I
like
don't know.
prosciutto. Yes, your email. You said you have my email address.
You need a full dissertation there, yeah.
Chris says, I said a World War II vet gave me a Buckeye he carried in his pocket when I was Patagonia on the AZT. But that was when people were talking about keepsakes. So sorry, Chris, we're not very fast at reading. But that is very cool.
We tried to be fast, though.
Also, Buckeyes are really good for hacky sack, just so you know. Probably not that one. But...
What was that one joke a comedian said? He said, oh, if you're running away from a group
of... if you're running away from a group of white men, just chuck a hacky sack at them.
For some reason, the white male
They can't resist.
So just catch it and be like, oh, I got a hacky sack. She keeps me guessing. Yeah, it's funny. She does keep me guessing. Guessing if I'm going to get pushed into a snowdrift and fall off of a mountain. Actually, surprisingly, she doesn't give me as many eye rolls now that we're not on the NCT.
It's because you're less weird. And also because you make me breakfast.
I like my weirdness. She's been phasing my
breakfast.
She's been phasing my weirdness out, and it hurts so bad. Some days I feel like I haven't made a weird joke, and like it feels forced. It feels forced that I have to dig into my weirdness. Like it usually was much more on the forefront.
It's almost like you haven't made a weird, inappropriate sex joke in like hours.
It's not right. I can tell you that. That is not right. That is not how adults should act. You're not going to give me anything there, huh?
No, sorry.
All
right, guys. Does that cover all of our questions tonight? I hope that we were able to give you some good information aside from all the silliness, and I hope that you guys had fun too. This was really good for both of us.
Yeah, I don't know how I can keep the chat. Can I like save it? Participants pop out chat toggle timestamp. What does toggle mean?
I don't know.
Should I click toggle?
No.
Toggle. Oh no. Oh, it just showed you what time.
It just made the time go away.
No, it showed you the time now. What does pop out chat mean? Pop out.
Oh, it's just a pop up.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
I don't like that.
You guys are just watching us do things now.
So Jay, both of the Jays said thanks. This has been fun.
Yeah.
I think that about wraps it up. If there's no Nighty Night from Chicago, thanks for the stories and answers. Enjoyed it. We enjoyed talking to you too.
Wow, Jay. They're both Jay, and they're like, "Wow, Jay. Okay, I see how it is." Thanks for allowing us to follow. Oh man, thank you. It's been fun.
All right. Talk to you soon, Baskets, on the podcast.
Oh, look, she's now the one pushing. She's now the one saying, "Hey, we need you on." This was great. Have a good evening and stay safe. Awesome. Yeah, we will. This was fun. Didn't know how to do live stuff, and I guess
now we
figured
know
it
how
out.
to do live stuff.
So
we might do one of these again in the future. This was really a good time.
I will make sure instead of her drinking beer next time, I'll give her treats of shots of liquor and see Magpie super turned.
I mean, that would be fun, but probably not.
There's people that do drunk Q&As. Have you seen there's this comedian that did drunk Q&As?
I bet that would be fun though.
I'm not doing it. I would just fall asleep. You're gonna see me fall asleep.
Yeah, you would just fall asleep. It's more fun when I'm drunk. Yesterday he got drunk by accident because this beer was like 15% or something, and he just fell asleep.
Yeah, it doesn't take me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great show.
Nick,
Thanks.
we miss you too.
We miss you guys. That was
Thanks
really
for
fun.
the free couples therapy.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. That's super deep.
Joel says great show, thanks.
It was,
and also peace, shaka, cheers.
It was really fun. I don't know how to end this because
I think we just say goodbye. Love your adventures. Look forward to watching you both.
Oh, Happy New Year!
Happy
We
New
forgot
Year.
about even mentioning that. Happy New Year to everybody. If we come out with another one, I think we're gonna make this so you can rewatch it. But if we come out with another one, we'll do the same announcement as we did last time, but this time actually make the announcement for the correct time because again, so many time zones.
Constantine needs more caffeine shots while Magpie drinks.
I guess I am caffeinated, but it's mostly bean water.
It's pretty much just bean water. Malort for Magpie? No, Nick.
What's Malort?
It's a nasty, nasty fucking liquor from I don't know, Philadelphia or Chicago or something out there.
Everybody say goodnight. Yeah, we need to put her to bed.
No, I can have another beer.
Again, if we do another one like this, I'll try to make it right on YouTube next time.
Thanks for all of the
questions.
That and also the
couldn't get the word.
Nope. My brain just was like, movie recommendations. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna finish watching Into the Inferno because I almost fell asleep.
I gotta figure out how to do all the back end stuff, but you guys don't need to watch that. So thank you guys. Right. Super fun.
We're actually leaving now. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Stream will stop immediately.
And you will no longer be live. Yeah, that's what we want to do.
And